Okay, go tell everyone about your PlayStation 5 woes.
I mean, it died for the first time in my bedroom. I guess it overheated again. I don't know. It's
Does it feel really hot on the like center
no,
rear?
it doesn't.
Hmm.
In the center rear, huh?
Yeah, that's where like the heat sink is going to be. Well, I mean, it's huge, right? The heat sink on this thing, but that's where it gets hot if it's under load. If you have anything plugged in the back, it'll be like kind of right over the USBs in the back there. At least that's where mine always gets hot.
Interesting.
So, I've got my
You
P-
had your own set of problems this
yeah.
week with it.
Well, I've got my PS5 vertical because I just don't have room to lay down, right? I'm a horizontal guy, right? That's the way consoles started. That's the way I'd put it if I had the space. But PS5 was designed to be vertical. Let's be honest about that. It just was. It takes up way too much space horizontally, and I mean the vents run along half of the back and the entire top, and then you got to keep the front free. So there's really only one side that you can have near anything. And it's just, I don't know, you got to find a spot that doesn't have anything near the near three sides of
I
it,
think it
nothing
looks
near the
way
top.
better vertically too. Like the especially the disk drive version,
Yeah.
because that disk drive version is like under. Well, first of all, it's underneath the lip if you do it horizontally, and like it doesn't stand out whatsoever. That's probably by design with them making that disc version as well. But you know,
Like, I don't have that much space around my PS. Like, it's got a lot on the back because I have it angled on a shelf, and it's basically just blowing out into, well, kind of towards where my computer is, but it's like 2 feet above it, so there's no conflict there. It only has about like 4 inches of free space on top of it, but there's airflow up there, and I swear it doesn't really vent from the top that much. So at least mine doesn't. It never really feels all that warm, like immediately above the PlayStation. So yeah, I've had mine overheat. I think this would be like the third time it's overheated now, and I entirely blame Corgi for this. Because the first two times it overheated, like you could see there's a layer of fuzz along the vents, and then the interior wasn't that bad. The first two times it overheated, so I was able to just vacuum. I mean, I pulled it apart every single time and vacuumed it, exterior and interior, because it's not like you can just plug the fucking thing back in after it overheats. Anyways, it's gonna take some time to cool down. And then I guess it's a fail safe. This time I opened it up, and because there wasn't that much fur, and Greg had just told me about how his PlayStation 5 had been dying, and he's going through the whole electronics prayer dance with it right now to avoid
and
the inevitable.
I cleaned out a good amount of cat hair.
Oh, so you got the cats that are fucking your shit up.
Yeah, I mean Sprocky really doesn't shed really.
Well, these corgis shed. Even the ones that don't look like they shed a lot.
Isn't that right, Lisa? We got some good cat hair out of that thing.
Well, so like, I mean, Greg's sitting here like, maybe if I take it upstairs and put it horizontally, then the gods will, you know, take pity on me and will allow it to work. And it's like,
They did.
until they didn't.
It just happens to be cooler up here.
Well, it's also been really hot here, but the only recourse I have here in Tennessee when it gets hot, I mean like upper 90s with 50 to 70% humidity. It's been hot. Like there's actually been a heat warning for the state for the whole last week. I think it expired Friday.
We had some of the hottest days in June out here.
I know Pennsylvania was hot as fuck too. So I mean it's not just a Tennessee thing, but it's been hot here. I don't have central heating and air, So when it gets that hot, the best thing that we can do is like close the door to our rooms, because most of our time is spent. I have my room back here where pretty much all the electronics are, so it's hard to keep this room cool. And then Rebecca has her room, which doubles as her office. That's where she works from. She's in there sleeping right now, and we don't really have good ACs in any of the other rooms, so they don't become, it doesn't become unbearably hot out there, but, if you have a preference, you're not going to want to sit out in the living room. It's going to be about 20 degrees hotter out there. And that's like, whatever, I don't need to keep the whole house cool, I just need to keep the places where I live cool. So, it's been hot in this state, but it shouldn't have been that hot in the room where the PlayStation's in. And it shut off, what was it, Friday night, I think? When I was playing Fantasy Life. I was working on, man, I wasn't doing anything intensive. You wouldn't think Fantasy Life is a game that would, stress the PS5 much. But yeah. It shut off during that, and that's when I was like, alright. And I wasn't even looking, because I was writing something at the time, it was one of my idle sessions where I do something and I take media and I write and whatever. So I wasn't even looking at the screen at the time. I look up and the screen's black, and I'm like, alright, what's this fucking Elgato doing this time? Fucking piece of shit. And I look over at the PlayStation, there's no light on the front of it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess it's not the Elgato this time. But, so I look at the hair on the vents on the top and part of the front. I don't see that much hair there, like, pretty much none. I'm like, that's not a good sign. Like, I'm sorry, Greg, I'm not optimistic about your console's chances long term. I don't know what the sort of, like, problems that could crop up with the PS5 are, but serendipitously, over the weekend, I was just doom-scrolling Twitter, and I saw an article, I think it was retweeted by, one of those physical gaming accounts that I follow. That basically, was an article about how the PlayStation 5 apparently can lose its liquid metal coolant if it's kept vertical for too long, and there's a high percentage of PlayStation 5 consoles, because apparently they went the extra mile with later console revisions, and they added little ledges to the liquid, the depression where the liquid metal is seated, so that doesn't just flow out. I don't know how you don't think a liquid metal cooling solution might flow on a vertically designed console, but
that's a little rough.
But if that's the case, that's real bad design, like Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death stuff. So, I've been listening to you have these troubles, and I sent you that a link to that article. I was like, I wonder if that's what's happening. And then I sat there thinking, should I try to find a way to put my console horizontally just in case it hasn't already been fucked up yet? And so that's kind of the background on when this console decided to overheat and shut off on me. And so I was like, well, 5 years of damage is probably done if damage has been done. And I really don't have anywhere to put it. I'd have to move shit around. I'd probably have to retire one of my other consoles, which, to be fair, I might be able to put my PS3.
How many consoles do you have out?
I really only have the PS3.
I have 2 out on my main
I have my Switch.
Setup, I guess.
My Switch is on top of my PC. I have my PS5 on the shelf behind me, and then I still have a PS3 plugged in my entertainment center. But I haven't turned my PS3 on in a couple of years now, so I don't think it'd be a big loss if I remove that. But I kind of want to remove that just to get more space to store games, so I don't really want to use that shelf it's on for anything other than that. I don't know. But I open it up and I see that, like, the actual fan inside is dirty, not corgi fur, just dust. And so I finally had to whip out the compressed air, and I was skeptical about using compressed air on this fucking thing, because I'm like, what am I gonna do? Angle it backwards so it blows out the back vent, or else I'm just blowing it into the internals of the machine, and I don't want to tear it down any further than removing the front plates. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. I have this compressed air. It's not being used for anything else. I'm not keen on buying a new PlayStation 5 console at this point in time, if I, can avoid it.
If you don't have to.
Yeah, and we have 4 bottles of compressed air, so I was like, fuck it, worth a try. So I spray it all down, and I mean, I can still see some like fur down in the underbelly of this thing. There's only getting it so clean, but it seems to be working, and it hasn't even gotten hot since I mean, I haven't played any, like, games that are gonna run its APU that hot in the first place. It's just been Fantasy Life and Persona 4 and some other AI Somnium files. Like, none of this should overheat anything, but it did it the first time, so, I don't know, low-key, I think Fantasy Life runs the PS5 hot. It seems to run mine hot. So, I'm not sure what that's about.
Maybe it's got more on the back end than you're giving it credit for.
Maybe, but, if I was going to expect the PlayStation 5 to overheat, it'd be playing like Doom, It had all the opportunity in the world to overheat playing Doom the Dark Ages, and it didn't. So, I don't know. But, hasn't shut off again yet. I hope this table here is wood.
Well, the day it shut off was yesterday, and I had been playing it pretty hardcore. So, it may have got, I'm at the very end of Visions of Mana, by the way.
Oh, jeez. So you just life that.
Yeah, kinda. I've actually played every Mana game. It's, insane, this series' history. I mean, I'm talking Game Boy, PS2, Nintendo DS, the spin-off Mana games that nobody fucking knows. Like, it's been a interesting few decades with Mana games.
I've played 3 Mana games, surprisingly. Which seems like a lot.
Which 3?
Whatever one they had on the Vita, Trials of Mana and Visions of Mana. Yeah, I can't remember the name.
Yeah, that Vita one was a remake.
Yeah,
of the very first one.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
okay.
that's a really good one, dude.
I mean, I got a platinum out of it. I can't complain.
Yeah. Played 3 of them too.
I could do Secrets of Mana, but I just didn't.
Visions of Mana, the Adventures of Mana on the Vita. And I played a GBA one, Sword of Mana.
Sword of Mana, yeah, which was also a remake of the first one.
Yeah.
Because you go from the first one to Sword of Mana, and it's a huge jump. The one on the Vita is not as big of a jump, but it was an easy platinum that we kind of all realized back in the day, I guess.
Jared, you should play Trials of Mana. I like that one a lot.
Trials of Mana is a really good one.
The remake, solid 8.5, easy.
I played a little bit of it, but not much.
Visions of Mana kinda is the love child of Trials of Mana, it feels like.
I think the characters in Trials of Mana are a lot better.
Yeah, it's got, I mean, this entire series is just weird. It's got that weird movements, Old English, just, everything's just weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of games I should play.
Oh, right. I should also offer a mea culpa while I was late. I lost my cell phone sometime last week. And, I mean, it's amazing. This house is tiny and I don't move very much, but I still managed to lose my cell phone. And I keep my phone silenced, so, because most of the people that call me are, fucking junk mail, spam, whatever.
I try every now and again.
Oh, it's been years since you even tried, but no, what do you need to call me for? We talk every fucking weekend.
It's usually to tell you to buy something or look at some sale or something along those lines.
Send me a fucking text. I see texts on Facebook. That's what I told my mom. If you gotta get a hold of me, even if I'm around, I'm going to
Yeah, but sometimes
probably.
I'm driving.
Well, I don't want to you talk to you while you're driving.
But I wanted to talk to you while I'm driving.
I'm so enrapturous. I don't want to cause you to get in an accident.
Not a problem.
So, like, my mom will call me, and I'll miss it. It'll be sitting here on my desk, but, if I don't see it light up because I'm paying attention to something else, I'm not going to answer it. So I tell her, if you have to talk to me, send me a message on Facebook. I will see that. I will see my computer screen before I look at my phone. I guarantee that. And then I will call you back, or whatever. So... She's learned how to do that, but yeah, I don't have my phone, volumed up. I don't, not for text, not for anything. The only thing I have my phone's volume for is alarms. Specifically, I have an alarm set for 7:45 on Sunday. And fortunately, I gotta
get to church, right?
You gotta get to church. 7:45 p.m. We got a weird church here. So I had an alarm set, and I knew I had charged my phone. And I've been using my phone. Like, I use my phone to take pictures and shit. That's its main purpose, really, is take pictures of these corgis. And I couldn't find it anywhere. And, good chance it's my fault. Like, I'll be walking around with the fucking thing, and I'll realize I want to get something out of the kitchen, and I'll set it down on top of, like, a fucking bottle of peanuts or something. Just leave it there, whatever. So it could have been anywhere. And this house is tiny. So, it could have been anywhere, but I should have seen it. I should have seen it in one of the local haunts, right? I was out of clues, so I was like, well, I hope it maintains charge until Sunday before the podcast, because then the alarm will go off, and then I might be able to hear it. I have an old couch that I sit on. And I'm poor. I don't know if this has been made clear on the podcast yet. Everyone here is poor except for Greg, who's the only one who's not poor, but he pretends to be poor the most.
I'm the poorest.
So, like, this couch, I'm a big fat ass, and this couch, I've had it for, 15 years now. So some of the cushions aren't putting as much fight as they used to back when it was newer. So I've got a solution. I bought, a 6-foot-long piece of foam that's, 6 inches thick, and I just put it over the couch. And I put some blankets on it. Boom! I don't have to worry about my fucking couch sagging or whatever.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. We all see where this is going at this point.
Yeah, so apparently the phone had somehow fallen down behind the foam of the couch and through the gap on the couch's cushions and to the floor beneath it, and it was just unseeable down there. Unseeable. So, yeah, I moved the couch to look for this fucking thing. So it's not like I didn't think, maybe it's under the couch, because shit ends up under this couch all the time, especially with these dogs. Yes, I'm blaming them.
They did this to the phone, huh?
No, they didn't. I probably just had it, on the arm of the couch, and it probably just shifted down and fell in. But, no, probably not. These dogs, if they got the opportunity, I'm sure one of them, Joker, would chew this phone to pieces if it was left where they could reach it. So I don't think it was their fault this time. But it's not like they haven't knocked other things behind other pieces of furniture in the past. So I had to wait for my phone to ring, and then I had to go look around the house to fucking find the goddamn thing. And then when I finally heard it going off in my room, I'd find where it was coming from and then dig through all the cushions and shit. So it was a thing.
It's a shame that it rang and you were able to find it.
Why?
How long did you lose it for?
Since Thursday. So it's been under there a couple of days.
Oh, wow. Okay, never mind.
I don't use my phone that much,
That's sufficient chaos for me.
I don't use my phone that much. I'm not a big phone guy. If I can do something on my computer, I'll do it on my computer. It's one of my more boomer-coded quirks. All you do is play on your fucking sports betting on your phone.
I do that on the computer sometimes.
I don't know. I'm really weird about phones, man. I don't have anything important on this phone. Not really. Like, I just think the potential of this thing getting lost or hacked or whatever the fuck is too high. So I don't access my bank account on it. I don't buy things on it. Like, if I'm out and about, I use it as a fucking phone. A phone and a camera. Those are the two things I use it for.
You should just get one of those flip phones.
No, I want to take pictures.
Those things can take pictures, I think.
Plus, we're all on, like, family plans and shit, so... You know, I don't pay that much for it. Like, there's 7 of us on a single Verizon family plan, so the monthly for it is like $25. And I, have unlimited data.
That's what our phones are, $25 per person.
Yeah, it's not that big of a burden.
We only use 3 of them, I think. I think we got one more line.
Funny thing is, we got our first cell phone, I think, back around 2002, 2003, and through a weird quirk of circumstance, the phone I have now is still the same number. It is the lineal heavyweight phone from those days. It's got the same number from back then. So I'm kind of like sentimentally disposed towards not wanting anything to happen to this phone or its number. Like, I could live without a phone.
The number can be just changed to whatever. That's
but I don't want to lose the number. You know what I'm saying? Like, my family has had this number, right? We don't have estates to point to. We don't have a coat of arms or a surname, but we've had this number associated with this account.
They can take that away any second they want.
Yeah, they can. Digital DRM, right? But I mean, we've had it for 23 years. I don't really feel like just getting rid of it. Plus, if I'm out in town, I'll look some shit up. Like, if I go to a GameStop, it's been years since I've actually done this, but I'll look up prices on eBay while shopping at GameStop to see, is this a good deal?
Yeah, well, you gotta compare what they're asking for, right?
Yeah. So
GameStop is, I'm gonna segue. They had a buy 2 get 1 free sale, so I got stuff to report.
No.
But yeah, if you let me segue, I'll totally segue. But they're either really good on their retro stuff, or somebody's obviously looked this up and what the fuck is this?
Yeah, why am I going to pay you for this when I get off eBay?
Deadpool on PS4. And I'm like, oh, I wrote for that game. I own that game. That's cool. What's this going for? $90
for Deadpool on the PS4.
$90, man.
You know what else is really expensive?
I kind of knew that one was rare, so I wasn't too shocked, but I saw a PS3 copy of a game called, we all know what Spyro is, but
yeah,
there's a PS3 Spyro game that was like $60, and it blew my mind. I didn't know about that
one. Those Baldur's Gate games, actually all those Infinity Engine games, except for I think it's mostly the Baldur's Gate games. Those are really expensive on pretty much anything. Getting a physical copy of those is not cheap anymore.
And they were on PS4, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I recall seeing them.
I also
recall seeing Planescape Torment, but I remember that one being fairly cheap. And of course, I remember that one being fucking broke.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the Planescape Torment Icewind Dale is the best thing to buy if you're going to play it off the disc. Like, you can get through it. I think I found out what the bug you were suffering from was. It comes from, selling selling items with charges to vendors. And for some reason, that fucks things up. I don't know if it's been patched. I haven't messed with it, but as far as I know, Icewind Dale works fine off disc. It's just Planescape Torment that has that problem, right?
No, Icewind Dale has the fucked up text and text boxes as well.
Oh, geez,
at least it did when I reviewed it.
That shit
made it really hard to get into the story.
I wonder what happened. The story in Icewind Dale isn't great.
I understand, but
no, it shouldn't do that anyway.
Compared to Planescape, for sure.
Oh yeah, Planescape it's still probably got my best story in gaming.
God, that story was so good.
Yeah. I still think it's the
what
best.
Does my back say? That's so good.
There's so much dumb shit in there, but they make it all work. The cheapest I see Baldur's Gate for the PS4 on eBay is $50. and it's worse on Switch. I think that's closer to 100. Oh, someone's just selling the cartridge for 95. There's one for 75. 93 for the case, 100. That's bids up to 67 already. Yeah, it's not easy to get. Not easy. It's easy. It's just not cheap to get a hold of. To get a hold of those games on console anymore, which is a shame. Neverwinter Nights is the exception. That one's cheap. That's also the worst one in terms of like its port is not very good. Like you played through Icewind Dale, right? Or a lot of it, some of it, most of it? I don't know.
A good chunk. I never beat it.
I didn't find like the controls were perfect. Obviously, keyboard and mouse is better, but they weren't that bad. Like I never
really. The biggest
really
thing I remember from Icewind Dale is prepping my party before encounters.
Yeah,
that seemed to be the name of the game.
You have to do that. Yeah, that's pretty much like something you have to do when you reach that like underground fireplace. Actually, probably earlier than that. Once you reach the shattered hand, I think is when you're going to want to start prepping everybody before every battle, every major battle. And
yeah, that's probably fair.
If you play on like higher difficulty, like I don't do
it's
hard
so
difficulty challenges
those two
much,
games together.
Well, where else are you going to put them?
It. Well, isn't there another Icewind Dale? Can they put those together?
Yeah, but they lost the source code. So
that would be the first time a developer's lost the source code.
I guess they didn't.
Collection.
I guess they didn't feel like it was worth doing. I don't know. I would like them to recover Icewind Dale 2. That's the only one of those games I haven't beaten to this day, and that's because it uses 3rd edition rules, and I just don't think those rules are as fun for a video game as maybe it's just me, but I didn't find 3rd edition rules like 3rd edition tabletop fantastic. I played the shit out of that. I had like 3 multi-year campaigns in 3rd and 3.5. And I love tabletop 3rd edition to pieces. Except, once you get too high of a level, then things start getting crunchy, and that's basically what Pathfinder is. The fucking freaks who played too long in 3rd edition and never wanted to change out of it, and they're just like, hey, let's just make this as obtuse and complicated and power game focused as possible. And it's like, why are you killing the fucking fun of it? My version of the fun of it. I don't know. Once your players start getting to like 50 armor class and plus 30 to hit, you need to find a way to retire them. They're getting higher statted than the rules should allow. Whereas 5th edition kind of has breaks built in. I don't know. I've dabbled with making my own like tabletop game in protest to things that Wizards of the Coast has done that I don't like, and these are all die 20 systems, right? We all know what that means. Die 20 is the king dice of these game systems. So that's what you roll to determine whether skills work, what you roll to determine whether you hit things, etc., etc.
Yeah.
The only I'll say this: making your own fucking functional tabletop board game is hard as shit. And I've gotten like 60 pages into a manual of a personal game system, which parts of it I still use. Writing up like movement rules for grid-based gameplay is the most tedious bullshit you've ever fucking done. And then there's just all kinds of scenarios that you haven't imagined. Like, well, you'll be testing it out with your friends, and then they'll want to do something in combat like, well, I want to slide. I'm like, well, how the fuck do we do that? I don't have any rules for sliding. What am I going to do with a slide? Do I just do like a agility check? How the fuck is this going to... I don't know. It's a pain in the ass. It's fun, but it's a pain in the ass. The only solution I came up to prevent like power creep... Oh, Jared's bored by tabletop.
You start talking about tabletop board games.
That's fine. We both played...
like, screw this.
We both played actual D&D here. We know how engrossing this shit really is. The only solution to prevent power creep, because one thing I explicitly set out to do when I was making my own game system is I kind of wanted to constrain stats. Like, I didn't want there to be epic level characters with plus 40 to hit, because then it's like, all right, so how do I design enemies to do this? Because if you design an enemy,
So you get too high, you're never ever going to hit them.
well, no, the thing is, like, I can design an enemy around the team's fighters, right? Like, I know the Rebecca's, main character, a 7-foot tall fighter dude, has got like a 40 something to hit. He's approaching like level 30. He's ridiculous. He's got super strength, whatever. So I can make the enemy's armor class like 50, right? And that means her first attacks have got like a 50-50 chance of hitting. And then by the end there, she's really swinging with her fourth attack. And that's another thing I wanted to get rid of. Like, 3rd edition had way too many attacks per round. You get up to 4, and I think if you have like haste,
you can get up to 4 in 5th edition.
Yeah, but it's a lot more work, and it's usually contingent on other things. Like, you get the haste spell, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, dual wielding. But in 3rd edition, you could functionally, if you had haste and a weapon with speed, you would have your 4 main hand attacks, and you'd have 2 extra attacks, and if you're using an offhand weapon, you get some more attacks on top of that. And it's like, we're sitting here, like, resolving 5 to 6 attacks every time, because, that's another thing you gotta take account of in these epic level campaigns. Now you have bards, and they're going into every fight with fucking heroism, and bard song, and haste, and blur, and so you gotta roll. Do they hit? Okay, do they get past the concealment of the target? Because, that, like, if I'm attacking her characters have blur on. It's a pain in the ass. There's a million fucking rolls. God forbid they fucking have weapons that deal special effects like elemental damage or have a chance to stun on hit, shit like that, because then you're rolling more dice. It's a pain in the ass. I wanted less rolling. And I also wanted the actual number on the dice to mean something, because when you've got attack values that high, a lot of the rolls are kind of like perfunctory. Especially, if the high-level fighter gets up to a character that's only got marginally good armor class. Because as stats continue to scale, armor class only gets so high based on your armor. Like, you got the plate mail, full plate mail, I think is like 8 armor class by itself, and then it can get up to +5, and you can add some other stuff to it, but eventually that fighter's not getting more armor class from his armor. Maybe you get him a ring of protection +5, there's another, few points, get him natural armor 5. You can stack this stuff, but it's eventually going to cap out, whereas characters that have like super high dexterity, they don't cap out as much because they can keep getting dexterity. And so then you end up with a case where, well, some characters are just tanky, but they're easy to hit. Other characters are hard to hit, but they can't take any damage. And if you're not one of those 2 super archetypes, like if you're a fighter mage instead, you're easy to hit and you're kind of squishy, and when Rebecca's big ass epic level fighter is bearing down on you, it doesn't really matter what her die 20 rolls, as long as it's not like a critical hit or a critical miss, it just doesn't matter. And I don't want die 20 rolls to just be done for, 1s and 20s. So there's a lot of shit you gotta watch out for, and the rule that I came up with was just cap things at 20. 20 should be the maximum, the ideal maximum, right? If you get to a point where the actual die 20 itself is not mattering as much, I think you've kind of broke your system. And they kind of say that, and they say that in the books that, epic level campaigns are kind of their own thing, and that's true. I can say from experience that is true.
Yeah, sounds right.
So I wanted to design things on a
I've never
strict 20
experienced
scale.
anything. I've never experienced anything going up to level 20. By the way, like 12 is like the max I've ever done on a tabletop session, and of course when I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3, I was very sad that 12 is the max there as well.
I can tell you
But
there's reasons
it's
why.
understandable.
There's reasons why. Especially when it comes to, I think what Larian said, the reason why they capped it is because wizard spells. They just get too ridiculous, and they wanted to make their game world responsive to the rules. Like, you can do a lot of shit, like, you can cast jump and just fucking jump across the levels. You can get up to shenanigans with just jump. That's a level 1 spell. Like, what are you gonna get up to if they put, like, you know, fucking Baleful Polymorph or fucking Teleport Without Error in there? Or Wish, for fuck's sakes. So
yeah, I realize it would be insane, but still, it's to a casual gamer, it's still they don't think about that. They just want more.
Yeah. I mean, they could
And
remove those spells.
I don't think I can blame them.
Like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, well, especially 2, that let you get up to, I think the experience cap for Baldur's Gate 2 Throne of Bale was like 9 million, which, it's a different scale from 3rd edition, 5th edition, and 2nd edition, but 9 million was enough to get some classes up to level 40. And there's a reason you got that high level. You were contending for a fucking divine throne at the end of that game. It was some real shit. They didn't have teleport in that game. Now, you know, as a epic level mage, you should be able to teleport. And they had to do some shenanigans. Oh, you are fucking locked into this place. You can't fucking leave because shut up. We want you to explore this.
Because shut up.
We want you to explore this dungeon, and if we allow you to fucking just leave, then like if you are able to be as powerful in the world as the rules say you should be,
that's called gaming the system. And for things like video games, it's perfectly acceptable.
You got to do it. You got to do it. But then, like, the weird thing about Baldur's Gate, though, Baldur's Gate 2, is it had the wish spell and limited wish, and you could. Like, they had to limit it somehow. You could wish up your own adventure, and then there was, like, an entire quest line you could do that was inaccessible any other way. And then there was a wish spell you could cast to give yourself a bunch of experience, and it would spawn a group of high-level golems near you that would attack. And, hey, you get experience if you kill them. It's one of those, you gotta watch your monkey's paw things. You gotta watch your wishes, but... And I say that like it's that clever. You're picking your wishes from a list. So... And once you've used them, you've got some repeatable wishes like, I wish to be protected from the undead. It'll cast negative plane protection on you, which is like normally only a cleric spell. So it's got some things, but it's limited compared to what you'd expect for a spell like that if you were a pen and paper player. But you gotta limit it.
I actually did some work on Baldur's Gate 3 a bit
recently.
Yeah, doing the lower city walkthrough thing that I said I wanted to do. I did about half of it. It's not posted, but
Okay.
I walked around and like, yeah, there's this guy, he does this quest. There's this guy, he does this quest. If you go to the very southeast, you'll be attacked by Sahagin, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, this makes sense. Overview pages. We still do those over at Gamer Guides. I think they're very useful. Especially like, I don't know, they're a way around bad SEO.
Your first time in Lower City is fantastic. You know how many new shops are down there? So good.
Yeah, all the pickpocketing you gotta do to fucking get those. I stole so much shit on my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3.
I did, actually, when I was doing that page, I found another thing I never even knew about. And I should have known about it, but there's a pile of rotten fish that you can find a note in, and it's like this dad talking to his son. Hey, son, I've saved up so much money from my fishing career, right? And I hit it, and you can go find it, and it's like 200 gold. It's not worth finding.
Hey, man, like, for a fisherman, that's a stash. That's a fucking haul.
Great. But to you, where you're at that point where you're at in the game, it's like, okay, this was not worth it.
I can buy me a couple of potions, maybe.
I don't know if you know this one, but it's buried behind the bank, and there's people patrolling that area. Like, the only way you're getting in there to get this 200 gold is to go invisible and dig it up. And it's 200 gold. It's not worth it. You can go get it if you want. It's not even close to being worth it.
But you gotta know. You gotta find out.
Yeah, I thought there would be something really cool. It's not.
Well, that'll teach you.
I love how they can just add stuff in like that, though, because that's That's exactly how it should be. Not everything should be freaking epic, you know?
No, exactly. I think there should be just dumb stuff that's fun to search for. I mean, give the player something, but a little bit of experience is also a nice way to ease the pain of.
Yeah, you might be level 11 when you first go lower
Yeah,
city,
that's
maybe
true.
10. I don't know if you've been actually playing the game and finding most things, you'll be like level 10, level 11, something like that.
That's just kind of
If you're
why it's
just
hard to. Oh, go on.
Yeah, if you're just trying to like get through the game as fast as possible, I'd be interested in seeing what level people were. I'm guessing I'm guessing 5, 6 if you're just
I
avoiding all experience.
I don't think it's. I don't. I think you have to hit at least level 7 before you reach Act 3.
You think so?
I think. Yeah, I
I'm
think the
talking about
story
like
just.
purposefully trying to avoid like just story.
I think the story just dumps that much experience on you. Don't you think?
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to without doing it, it's hard to say.
That's kind of why it's hard to design like good D&D games because the real meat in those is going from level 1 to about 8, 10.
Oh yeah. 10 to 12 feels like not too much. I don't know. It's so good. I love that game so much now. I should have
And
played it back in the day when you said to do it.
it's. I mean, I don't lie about what I think of games. And am I predisposed towards that kind of experience? Yes, I am. But there's a reason I'm predisposed towards it because they're fucking great. I didn't lie about Planescape. I'm not lying about Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I'm not lying about Baldur's Gate 3. You might not agree, but I'm not going to lie about them. I don't know, even by the end of Baldur's Gate 1, you were starting to get a little too powerful, and they had to do, like, you can get around it with clever writing, but you can only stomach that kind of clever writing so much. One of the things they did in Baldur's Gate 2 is the city you're in, is heavily restricted. Like, its magic is controlled. If you're a practitioner, you have to get a license. If you don't get a license, you will be accosted by state mages.
Do
If you
you actually have a choice?
Yes, you can go get the fucking license.
Interesting.
And they don't track you everywhere. They don't track you outside of town. They don't track you in the sewers. They've got blind spots. But you've got, I can't remember what they're called now. I should remember it because they're a pretty major part of the story early on. But if you cast spells out and about on the city streets, they will stop you. They give you a warning like the first time or two and say, you can't be casting that shit. You got to go get a license. And after that, they just go full enforcer mode. And when Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 brings a law on you, it's not good. It's not good. You need to find a way to remedy that. So they've kind of got that going on. There's some dungeons they put you into where you can't just feasibly magic your way out of, like the planar sphere. You're trapped in some orb that can move from plane of existence to plane of existence, and shit going on. You can't just zap in and out of there. Watcher's Keep also warded to keep things in, but once you're in, you're one of those things. Baldur's Gate 1 had something like this too. There's an island that you could go to, and it was basically like a trap for mages who were teleporting. And you get sent there by some dude who wants.
This sounds like some Dragon Age dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, they were the same company at one point.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the reason you get sent. You get sent there to recover some dude's staff or cloak, whatever. Some mage pays you to go there, and it's basically like a natural magical prison where people get trapped, and then there's no way off it, and then they become deranged. So it's just this dungeon full of fucking hostile. If they're not insane, they're looking for ways out, and they suspect you might have one, whether that's true or not, whatever. You got to fight a bunch of hostile mages, and kind of written into the story why it's not easy to go in and out of. So, but you can only do that so many times, and it's like, all right, we doing this cheesy shit again. Of course, it's a fucking dungeon that doesn't allow me to teleport. You start the excuses start becoming a little tiresome eventually. But you got to do it. You got to do it because you know you should be able to leave. You're a 17th level mage now. You know what the rule book says. That's the real problem with D&D. Mages get too powerful eventually. You want to have your fucking Gandalf, you know? You want that in your game world, but once your characters get there, it's like, okay, so what's this fucking beefcake that swings his sword really good gonna do compared to a guy who can alter the fabric of reality at a whim?
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I'm a high-level fighter. I became a champion of the realm and I have a castle. I'm an epic level wizard. I have a floating castle with fucking dragons serving me. There's a little bit of a difference, you know? I don't know. Baldur's Gate tangent. These games are really good. Also really expensive to buy physical copies of them, but I wonder if they're on sale right now. I don't know how you didn't know that those were
I mean,
on
that's
PlayStation.
it's obviously your fault somehow.
I bought collector's editions for these. I'm pretty sure I talked about it, so you should have known there was a physical version of them. Oh, I don't see them on sale. A lot of things were on sale. Oh well. They'll be on sale again. They've been on sale before. They go on sale for like $5 to $7 for the 2-pack. And that's an easy recommendation right there.
What, on Steam?
On PlayStation 4.
Oh, on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Ah.
So,
I mean, I think I own them both on Steam.
I mean, you probably do, but
if I could, I'd, I like trophies.
yeah, who wants to play on Steam? You
Big
get a
trophy fan.
So I platinumed Fantasy Life I, PS5 and PS4 version. I don't know what Jared's doing. I guess he's playing through it again because he just loves the game so much. I thought it was fine, but I'm not keen to do all those grinds again. There's a lot of endgame grinding in that, especially one where you have to get like some golden flowers, and you get like between 1 and 4 a day, and you got to get 50 of them. And you know what? When I'm working on a guide,
When you say a day, you mean in-game day or
real life day. And I'm pretty
that's
sure
rough.
you can manipulate the clock to get those out of the way faster, but I was like, whatever. I'm 1, too lazy to do it. 2, I'm writing a guide, so I'm going to be logging on every day to get these, so whatever, it didn't matter. I got that one. I made judicious use of, they've got a cross-save feature in Fantasy Life. And I want to say like 60% of the trophies auto-pop between versions. You can make a save on your PS5 version, and then go get that save on the PS4.
Oh,
and
maybe that's what he's doing.
No, he would be done if he did that, because that's what I did. I think he's legit just playing through it again. Maybe he didn't make saves, because I made saves early. I kind of had the stink of this is going to be a pain in the ass, so I saved before I hit hero rank with my last life, because there's a trophy for hitting hero rank with all your lives, and that's one of the bigger grinds in the game. And I made a save there. I got that trophy, and there's some other things that don't unlock, but most of them are simple things like defeat your first enemy, defeat your first boss, mine your first ore deposit, shit like that. Things you're going to be able to get really quickly. And then I had to get the 50 gold flowers one. I didn't have that on either account, so I just got up to the day before I was going to finish that off, made another save there, and did that on one version, did on the other version, 2 platinums. So can't really complain. I also got paid a good bit to write for that. Like, I did a lot of mapping, I did a lot of pages, I made some, it was okay money. It was okay money. 4 digits, that's not bad. For a game that's pretty fun to play on its own and got me 2 platinums. That's kind of kind of gold standard level shit there. If every guide project
you
could be
ain't-
like
you
that.
You ain't getting 4 dudes from Doom, I'll tell
No,
you
I
that.
know. I didn't think so. But I worked on Fantasy Life longer than Doom. I think I've been at it like 6 weeks now. So it must be getting good traffic because they're keeping us on it. But we're pretty much done. We've been scraping the bottom of the barrel for a good week now. So I don't. And there's not really much coming in July either.
Yeah, we were offered a couple of games that I haven't really looked at.
You need to look at
Even
that.
after you told me to go look at a trailer, I never did.
You need to look at that Pac-Man game. It's cooler than it sounds.
That is so... Because it sounds horrible.
It's basically a Metroidvania with. It's darker than you'd expect from the trailer. Like they're fully living up to this Pac-Man eats things idea.
Is this like some Liza P. Pinocchio stuff going on here?
I never played that, so I have no clue.
Because you think Souls like Pinocchio, well, that sounds weird, but
It's
you know what I mean.
It's way more Metroidvania than Pac-Man. Like the only two Pac-Man gimmicks I've seen it are like you can take Pac-Man form to travel along walls, and you can use Pac-Man to eat enemies. But it's not portrayed in a lighthearted way. To say that. So I'm surprised this game is a thing. So that it actually looks kind of interesting from trailers. Certainly more interesting than a generic Souls-like game. Which is what the other one is, and just kill me. Just kill me.
So that's a big old no on that one.
I am
what
not
was
a
it
fan
called
of-
again?
I can't remember. You're the one who was given the details.
Yeah,
I hate
have a
Souls-like
horrible
games.
memory.
I hate Souls-like games with a passion. Yeah, like I'm looking. Neverwinter Nights 2 Enhanced Edition. I'll probably get that at some point. I dare say that might even be a good podcast game. But that's price drop territory. Killing Floor 3, price drop territory. Patapon 1 to 2 replay, again, price drop territory. I just don't see. I don't see a lot of guidable stuff here. So I might not be doing it in July, except finishing up AI Somnium Files, and it is what it is. Oh my god. Keeps failing to connect. Oh, hey, look, my mom just asked if I can drive my dad to the airport on Wednesday. Lovely. I'll probably do it because I'm a good son, but hate driving into Nashville. Anywho, yeah, not a lot coming up in the next month, but then, I want you to think about this, Greg. From the end of August, the last week of August, through the first week of October, so about a 6-week span, closer to 5, but let's just say 6, we got Gears of War Reload, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater,
So
Marathon.
just all the remakes ever.
Well, yeah, 2 remakes there, yeah, fair. Marathon, Silent Hill F, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Ghost of Yotai. So, oh, sorry, I skipped over most of it. I skipped over Borderlands 4 and Trails in the Sky first. A lot of games coming out in that time. Hey, ask Howard if he needs someone to write Borderlands.
You really want to do Borderlands?
I would be happy waiting until it's $10 and not touching it before that, but it would be a good podcast game. If you ain't got anyone else doing, that'd be a pain in the ass because we'd have to write up every quest, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Well, at least you'd have recordings.
That wouldn't be bad from a project standpoint. Actually, most of these wouldn't be that terrible, except for Metal Gear Solid. Ugh.
Metal Gear
Ugh.
Solid's not that bad.
Who wants to write up Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, I could do that in my sleep. I could do a chunk of it. I could do a chunk of it in my sleep.
Ghost of Yotai, Silent Hill F.
Silent
Yeah.
Hill F is the one I would want to do.
Let's avoid Marathon. Let's avoid Marathon. So one of the things that I'm having trouble with, and it's an ongoing issue, is I don't know if the power draw for the Elgato 4K, 4KX or whatever, is just too much for. I don't know. I don't know if if the power draw is so high, why they would design it to be a USB-C, but it will randomly disconnect from my computer sometimes while it's in use, and I will have to unplug it and plug it back in, and it's whatever. It's mildly annoying when I have to do that. I can manage, but it's still annoying, especially if I'm in the middle of recording something. I can't just like leave it on and idle. It's not even streaming. It's just functional, waiting to record. There's so many issues with this fucking thing. And part of it's just the software. Like, you can't turn the software on and off repeatedly because then it will just decide it doesn't want to work and you have to, play musical chords to get it working again. You can't leave it running because then it'll decide it doesn't want to work and you have to play musical chords to get it running again. Every X number of times you boot up your PlayStation, it's just not going to work and you're going to play musical chords. And it's a giant pain in the ass.
It sounds horrible.
It's a giant pain in the ass. And if I'm for something like Doom, it wasn't bad. I just keep it up and, if it cut off, whatever, that fucking sucks. But I can always, hit the record button on my PlayStation 5. And I don't want to be too shitty about it. Sometimes it'll just go for 8 hours. It'll just sit there and run without a problem. And I'll be able to, play a level, record it. And I think with Doom, I kind of just recorded it every level in steps as I wrote. Like, I'd do the next major collectible, and then I'd end the recording, and I'd start another one back up immediately. And sometimes it'll let you do that for hours and hours and hours. It'll go all day without it being a problem. Other times it'll just be a fucking pain in the ass. And so I'm working on AI Somnium files where there's a lot of downtime, and I don't need to capture media that often. But I don't have the best memory of where something is I'm going to want to point out. So I record everything while I'm playing through it, and I don't record while I'm writing, or editing, or cutting media, or whatever the fuck else I'm doing. And it's just a giant pain in the ass. So I was like, I wish they fucking put this fucking thing for sale on Steam or something. Like, how much could it cost on Steam?
Is it not on Steam?
It is on Steam. I wish it was on GOG, but it was on Steam. And when I was getting fed up with my Elgato, I went and looked, and it was not for sale. It was $20. And then I guess they started their summer sale at the end of last week. And then it was for sale for $4. And I'm like, $4? I can do it for $4. If I don't have to deal with this fucking Elgato, I'll pay $4. So I bought it on Steam, and I ran through it again to get caught up. And yeah, so I'm doing it on Steam now. On Steam, I can just... I can use OBS, which isn't finicky. I rarely ever have problems with OBS. Like, OBS will be a piece of shit the first time I boot something up, and then it, won't want to recognize the game window I'm trying to capture until I delete the old setting and add a new setting, close OBS, restart OBS. Sometimes I have to close the game and restart that. And then it'll just recognize it, and it'll work flawlessly with that game forever. Until I'm done with it, and I don't need it anymore. That's kind of trouble OBS gives me, which is a little bit at the start, and then never again. And I can live with that, but also it's on Steam, so I can just press F12 to get a screenshot. That's so much fucking easier. If there's a lot of times in that game when you can't do that easily with the Elgato 4K60 or Elgato 4KX, because that thing wants to save it, and it's a good and bad thing. It wants to save its screenshots as really, really, really gigantic PNGs. Like, we're talking 2 megabytes of screenshot. Well, most sites don't want that. They'll crap out at you and say, no, it's too big, leave me alone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Whereas you're just taking a screenshot off of Steam, it'll be compressed, it won't be as good, but who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? It's good enough. It's not like, it renders it into an 8-bit fucking image or anything. It's fine. And, F12 on Steam gives you a quality that you actually care about, and then I don't have to put it into a photo editing app to actually make it small enough to be used. So the way I have to get media from the 4K60... Oh, that was stupid. is I just record it and I open it up with VLC, and then you can Shift S to make a screenshot anytime you want it. And it's really nice because I like to fuss over my media, right? I want things to show, I want certain things to be on the screen for a certain screenshot. If an enemy is attacking me and I want that image to be there, I want to get a good, clean shot of one of their attacks. I don't want it obscured by some other character talking or some effect covering part of the screen. No. And on VLC, I can just sit there and I can hit the E button frame by frame. I don't know why it's E. That's just the way it is. The E button frame by frame.
That is default, huh? Alex introduced me to VLC.
Really? That late?
He kind of is the media guy.
Well, everybody you work with is the media guy.
Yeah, absolutely, the media guy.
But so, I like that I can do that.
I did use it on a project. I can't. What was it? Was it Rogue Trader? I can't remember.
Well, you did that on PC. It should have been easy to just get OBS and VLC to take care of your media for you. If I'm being honest, it's way easier right now at this point in time, because it didn't always used to be this way. Right now, it's way easier to get media off of PC for me, but I hate playing games on PC. I don't know why. I think I want my PC to just be there to run YouTube videos in the background and have like my multiple like text files I'm working on up at the same time, and I don't want a game to be part of that, right? I don't know. It's a personal thing, but I don't like playing on PC if I can avoid it. I like capturing on PC because I guess PC's the problem with that too, because that's what my Elgato's getting into a fight with is the ports on my PC. It's not like my PlayStation's having trouble with it. If I was less lazy, I could really just do like all my capturing on PlayStation 5 because it looks fine enough. You just record every hour and get the screenshots you want, and you're good. You're good. Just transfer them over via USB thumb drive, and I mean, if you could do the whole video, like an hour-long video. Just play an hour, hit the button to take a video recording, transfer all that shit over, and then those open up just fine with VLC. They look fine. They're compressed. They're not going to look as good, but they're fine. And you could do a whole. I think that's what Jared does. Actually. But I've got this Elgato and I want to use it. Goddammit! Except for when I don't want to use it. So I don't know. That's what I'm doing with AI right now is playing it through on Steam. Also, they have Steins Gate for $2 on Steam right now. I think it's $2.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's nice.
I bought that even though I'm like, when the fuck am I going to play this on? Like, what's the point of having this on
You're just
Steam?
wasting money at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, what else am I going to spend it on? A hamburger?
Yeah.
$2? That is true. You know what? I don't fast food a lot, because fast food is pretty fucking expensive now, honestly. But when Rebecca goes into town, I like her to get me a soda. I don't have soda in the house anymore. I haven't had soda in the house for 2 years. I'm 2 years sodaless.
Well, you're not sodaless if you're having her buy you sodas.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing.
Are you hearing yourself?
I don't keep soda in the house. If I go to town, if I'm eating out, I'll get soda, right? But I don't have soda in the house. That's my compromise, right? Soda is supposed to be a treat. And if I have it in the house, it won't be a treat. That's just what I'll substitute water for.
I suppose that's good.
But she also, like, she'll go to Sonic on Tuesdays when they have their, like, 50% off their cheeseburgers or whatever, and she'll just get, like, 6 of them. And they're fairly big cheeseburgers, and I'll just, like, 3 for her, 3 for me. I'll keep them in my fridge, and I'll eat one of them for dinner, and that'll last me, like, a week and a half. And it's fine. I make fries here, because I like RO fries. The fries you can get frozen are fine. You know, a life hack for making all your oven cooked fries taste way better? Get some baking paper. Put that on there. It prevents them from like getting too burnt on the pan side or sticking to the pan. They come off easily. They bake later. I don't know why. It works though. It works. Anyways, so like that's kind of what my fast food budget is right now. Is
Can't you just air fry them?
no, my oven has an air fry function, so you can just air fry them. But yeah, I convection bake them or whatever it's called on that oven, and if they have that wax paper on there, they're so much crispier, and you don't have to like the pan's not that dirty, so you can just rub it down with some fucking paper towels and then some soapy sponge. Cause I'm a freak when it comes to washing dishes. Like I hate washing greasy dishes because I have to get it fucking clean. I'll wash the fucking thing and I'll run my finger over it and it still feels slick. I'm like, you motherfucker. That's why I don't wash some of Rebecca's dishes.
This is why you have a bunch of kids.
Yes, the one fucking selling point.
The one selling point?
One selling point.
Well, sir, you're forgetting about mowing.
Pass all that. No, I like mowing. The only thing I'd have if I had kids, the only thing I'd have them do is like, go get that mower out of the garage. Because I hate getting it out of the garage. What's that?
They can prep things. I had one of them bring me a bowl of cereal this morning for breakfast.
Oh, I can make my own fucking cereal. I'm not that lazy.
It's not hard to make.
No, it's not. What do your kids know how to cook? Like, I assume Sadie's the best cook.
Sadie can do anything with instructions.
Okay. Has she baked anything? Has she like made cookies or?
Yeah.
Biscuits. Okay.
Yeah, sure. But and again, instructions. Does she just do things like with no guidance? No.
I'm not expecting her to. Rebecca. Okay. So I want to segue into
I don't even think, like, sometimes I'll be in the kitchen and I'll be like, Lisa can probably hear me too. I should watch what I say. I'll be
Don't
like,
say it, no.
I'm hungry. Nachos. I can grab some chips, throw a bunch of stuff on there, and make something to eat.
Are you stop?
I don't know if my oldest has ever just went in the kitchen and just made something that didn't come with instructions.
The first thing I learned how to cook was scrambled eggs. I really wanted. I was like 7 at the time. I was like, I really want scrambled eggs.
I don't think she's ever done that.
Okay, well then she's a little slow. May want to send her to school on a short bus.
Just never wanted eggs,
I guess. But I just wanted eggs, and for some reason I don't know. I'm not usually that much of a go-getter, you know, but I asked my mom, how do I make eggs? And she decided me to walk through it step by step, and I made eggs with her telling me how to... It's scrambled eggs. They're not that hard to make. You know, heat a pan up to, I don't know, put your stove up to 4.
I wonder
right?
who the first person was to make eggs.
I wonder that shit, too. But,
Somebody did it. Somebody did it.
You get a pan, you heat it up to 4, you put some butter in it, and then you crack the eggs. I crack the eggs into another bowl because I've become paranoid about egg freshness now and being able to easily monitor any egg chunks or shell chunks that might get in there. And do I not have my? Yeah, I don't have my oil on. I was like, I don't think I have that much damage anymore. But and then you just cook it and move the fucking spatula or whatever the fuck around, whatever you're stirring it with, until it is cooked to your liking. It's not that hard. Not that hard at all.
We're on a gaming podcast.
We're on a gaming podcast. Eggs. We haven't talked that much about gaming. So, there's not a lot of news. We talked about
Visions of Mana a bit.
We did talk about Visions. I thought it was fine.
This is a perfectly standard action RPG. It's fine.
I played through that game enough.
What I won't like about it the most is probably
the story. Kind of sucks.
The story is very. I mean, it's more complicated and a touch darker than most Mana stories. I'll tell you that.
I mean, it's got a good hook, but I don't feel like it keeps up with that.
Well, at the very beginning, they're like, okay, let's go on this journey. I'll protect the Alms. They're going to go to the Mana Tree and what? And die?
Let's go sacrifice this bitch.
Let's go sacrifice ourselves. Yeah. And it's like that for hours and hours, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, none of this matters. This person's just going to go die. And then some people are like, Do we really have to just go sacrifice ourselves?
What
Question
kind of
mark.
holy
And
tree would want you to kill yourself? Is like the first thing I thought is like, what's up with this fucking tree?
yeah, and then they start delving into that, and then it's like, oh, okay. But I mean, shoot, most mana games are chosen hero, chosen priestess, obvious evil, that kind of nonsense.
The
This
light, the
also
darkness.
Visions of Mana has a touch of that Dragon Quest XI in it.
Yeah, I mean, just to see, like, it doesn't give you 3 whole plot lines.
No, but it gives you at least 2 full ones
Yeah.
going around to every area.
Honestly, the 3 was a bit excessive.
Except for Silvio.
Am I complaining for more? Well, Sylvando, yeah, he was fucking amazing.
Sylvando, yeah.
Oh my god, he was so good. I thought that character would annoy me. I thought he would. I thought he'd be annoying. He's never annoying. He is just great from the very first second he's in the game to the very last. I don't think there's any characters that good in Visions of Mana. I
No.
played, like, I remember when I first started playing that, I beeline to get the hot squirrel chick. Whatever she is, she's got the tail. And I was like, she's kind of boring. I wanted her to be more interesting. And the other characters, I don't know, the fox dude is alright. But the rest of them are kind of just there. I don't know. I wasn't feeling the characters in that game.
The squirrel girl, it's a weird thing to say to begin with,
Isn't that what she is?
was my main character for like over half the game.
Yeah, she's my main
She's
too.
just an absolute fucking monster when it comes to magic attack.
Yeah.
And it's insane. Broken. It's broken.
Well, I played what's her face, the mage chick in Trials of Mana, so I was all aboard for some fan service that cast spells really well. So I wasn't surprised when I ended up playing that fucking.
Well, she's broken. Her water class and her weirdly enough, her earth class are the 2 strongest magic classes, and they'll carry you. That's for sure.
I started playing Persona 4 Golden. I have to do the second playthrough. I'll say, like, the trophy design in that game, shit, garbage, repugnant, bad. You shouldn't have to do a second playthrough to fight the super boss. That's bad game design. I don't like that. Nathan does not approve. That said, like, I don't even think that's going to be the thing that bothers me about the Platinum that much. It's going to be that fucking quiz mini game. Oh my god, I hate it.
The what?
The quiz mini game. Did you not platinum that game on the Vita?
I did, but I don't remember the quiz mini game. I
Yeah.
don't remember that being hard.
There's like 100 questions. You got to answer 60 of them over 3 rounds, and they're just like some of the most obtuse shit. The only way you're going to get these, well, apparently on the Vita you could scum them. You could answer the question, and then before you ran out of time, you could go to the home screen, look up the answer, and then answer it correctly. You can't do that on the PS4 or PS5. It doesn't pause the game if you minimize it, which sucks. So you just got to know the answer to these things, and like some of the answers are like, what color are this boss's shoulder pads? Black with white letters? White with black letters? Red? Pure black. It's like, are you paying that much fucking attention to the goddamn boss's shoulder pads? Fuck's wrong with you? So you just gotta memorize them.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should have, but it's not like there's like, 20 questions and you've got to fucking complete 3 rounds of 5 questions. No, there's over 100 questions. And you got to fucking, it's 20 questions around, 3 rounds. So we'll see. We'll see if I want to do that. But I do want to at least beat the super boss and shit and get that out of the way.
The hardest one that I remember is the Rize telling you all the lines.
I already got that.
That was the hardest one I remember.
I made a spreadsheet to track everything she said too, so I'd know, you know.
Yeah, probably smart.
So I'm playing through that again. I'm actually reading the text because my memory, like yours, is dog shit. And I remember it a lot, but some of the nuance hasn't exactly stuck, and it's my second playthrough. They should let you keep more stuff in New Game Plus in this game, but it's really, you just get to keep, your social stats and your money, and like some of the stores have late game stock unlocked from the beginning, but you don't get to keep your items, which annoys me because if I want the best gear in the game, I've got to go farm death again for them, and that isn't appealing. And you don't get to keep any of your levels. You get to keep all your personas though, so like all my personas are broken. I think Persona 4 Golden is the game where I have the most broken personas. I don't know why, but everything has like
more than 5?
More than 5, yeah, more than 5. Everything has like Ollie dance, power charge, shit like that. It's ridiculous. Even personas I didn't use that much because it's like, well, I got to fuse you to get to something else, so I might as well make sure you have the good shit so I don't have to think about it later. I didn't level up their stats much, but they've all got killer fucking skills. So I'm playing through it again, and I'm mostly just doing the social links because everything is perfunctory. I don't have to follow a guide because, again, all my social stats are maxed, so I can't imagine not having enough time. And also, Rebecca and I finished watching the Persona 5 anime last week, and she immediately wanted to watch more anime, right? Persona anime. So I go, look, I heard that the others had an anime, and all I can find on them are subs. And I'm like, well, I don't watch sub anime. Sorry if that offends people. I don't like listening to Japanese people say shit that I don't understand. I don't view that as more faithful to the original because I don't understand the inflection. I don't know if they're doing a good job or a bad job or not. So I'd rather listen to a fucking English person, even if they're doing a bad job. That's just me. But apparently they did make a dub of
That does offend lots of people, by the way.
I know it does. Irrationally offends them. But whatever. It is what it is, and I think I have a pretty logical reason for my preference. Anyways, I found out Persona 4 anime does have a English dub. It's just not on any of the streaming sites. And each of the, like, Blu-rays for it cost $200. Fortunately, somebody uploaded, like, the first half of it on YouTube. So I just watched that. It has all the games voice actors, too, so fits right in there. Unfortunately, I can't find the second half, and I'm not willing to go onto, like, shady-ass fucking third-party sites to find it. So, if it's out there, it's just something I'm not going to get to see. I thought the Persona 4 anime was a lot better than Persona 5 anime.
Really?
I think they just spent more time on things that deserved more time, and like they're all bad when it comes to the combat. If you're watching these anime and you don't know how these games play, you're just gonna be like, what the fuck is going on when it comes to like the combat scenes, which they try to get through as quickly as possible. So I was watching that, and it made me want to finish my second playthrough of Persona 4 Golden, which I had on the back burner for a while now. So, just doing that we had a lot of storms at the end of last week. I was doing a lot of that when I fucking didn't want to have my computer on, but I was willing to have my old PS4 on. What a fucking trooper that thing is.
So you're willing to sacrifice the PS4 for the PS5?
Yeah, I've got 3 PS4s, so it's okay. I can lose one.
You really have 3?
Yep.
Oh wow!
I've
only got the one.
I have my original PS4 from. It wasn't launch. I think I bought it right before Dragon Age came out. I think I bought it like September 2014?
Yeah, it sounds about when Dragon Age came out.
I mean, I got it a little bit early. I remember the first game I bought on it was that Tomb Raider remaster, and I played through that while waiting for Dragon Age. My original PlayStation 4 still works. I mean, just playing on it the other day. 10 years, can't really complain. My wife has a PlayStation 4 of her own that she's on these podcasts. How do you think she's on them?
Yeah, she's never on this podcast.
Well, she used to be. She used to be sporadically once in a while. She had one of those snowball mics. I think she still uses a maybe she uses a headset now. Whatever. She used to use a snowball mic, and those things are shaped like giant fucking maces, right? And she dropped the... You don't remember this? She dropped the Elgato headset on the front of her PlayStation. Not the top, the curved front part. And it fucked with the eject button. So that it would constantly just eject discs. Even while it was playing. It would just eject discs.
That sounds very annoying.
And she wrote that console off and bought a new one. And when she bought a new one, I took that as a green light. Like, the console's basically useless, because it fucks with, like, digital games you're playing too, because I'm just trying to, like, eject shit, and it's, like, making the OS do stupid shit. So I open it up, and, I have to tear it down past, what's covered under warranty, but you know what? She bought a new one anyway, so what's the matter? And I find out that it's just dislodged, it's just dislodged a haptic what's the word? Haptic sensor?
Haptic.
Yeah. From the front of the console. It's a very rudimentary mechanical construction. And I'm able to just fit this thing back over where the button's supposed to be, so it's not making contact over it all the time. And it works. Works perfectly fine. Never had a problem with it again. So she bought a second for her, but third for us console that she didn't need, so I just moved it out into the living room. If there's ever something going on that didn't want to be in our rooms, like when my niece used to come over all the time, we'd use that PlayStation out there. Although the internet wasn't very good out there at the time. Now we have a Ethernet cable running all along down the hallway. So everything goes, but at the time that's where I just would, have party games when my friends came over, or shit for my niece to play when she was over here. So yeah, we got 3 PlayStations, or PlayStation 4s, they all work. Because my wife decided to bludgeon hers with an Elgato. Not Elgato. Snowball. But yeah, I've got a spare. Anyways, playing through Persona 4 again. And you know what? I want to amend something. You've been saying this time and time and time again, that Persona 4 has the best characters. You stand by that?
Of all the Persona games?
Well, the modern 3.
It's hard. I like 5 an awful lot, of course.
I want to say that in hindsight,
I love Chie.
Chie is great. She's a beacon of light in that game. I want to say that Persona 4 has the most likable characters, not the best.
You think 5 is the best?
No, I think 3 is the best.
Oh, you're crazy.
I think 3 has the best characters because they have character development and character arcs that doesn't just take place in their dungeon and in their social links. They are doing stuff on their own, getting into squabbles, being people, even when they're being annoying. That's autonomous from all the other stuff that's going on. And I think Junpei is a great example of this. Again, what other fucking non-main character in the franchise gets a boyfriend? Or girlfriend, I should say. But, they all have their arc that they go through. Whereas, I'm playing Persona 4 Golden, and most of them, their arc is pretty much their dungeon. After that, it's just, they're repeating their character traits for comedy skits in between everyone else's dungeons. They're not really growing or changing. Like, I love Chie, she's a fucking fantastic character, but does she really change at all during the game? She doesn't even have her own dungeon. She has her shadow.
She has some thoughts about femininity.
A little bit, but I think Naoto's a better character for that. She's got a codependent relationship with Yukiko that's kind of toxic beneath the surface. Although even then, I'm like, they express that openly. Like, it's not like Chie is abusive towards Yukiko. She's a little protective, but she's not doing things to actively hurt Yukiko, even if she has those thoughts buried. Like, Yukiko admires me and she can't do anything without me, and that makes me feel good. But she doesn't act on that, so I'm not sure how big of a deal that is to even have that going on. I'm sure everybody has had shitty thoughts in their lives. Whether you act on it or not is what matters. And Chie never acted on it. So her whole character arc is, my friend's kind of a shy dork, and she kind of depends on me to stand up for her and be the extrovert in this relationship here. And that really doesn't...
Which is a pretty lame arc.
It's a pretty lame arc, but more importantly, it doesn't change. Like, Yukiko and Chie interact with each other the exact same way before and after their respective dungeon arcs. So, I don't know. Chie doesn't really evolve. She doesn't go through things like...
You have a point with the character development portion of it, but even after they develop, I'd still prefer Chie.
I mean, Chie is going to be better in a lot of the Persona 3. See, that's the thing, though. Do you prefer her because she's like more likable character, or because she has a better character arc?
More likable.
And that's not necessarily wrong, but I think there is a nuance to be made about which characters are more well written and which ones.
Well, also when you say you have to quantify those things to make Persona 3 stand out. Otherwise, Persona 3's characters don't stand out.
I think
start talking about the dog.
No, we're not talking about the dog. The dog doesn't have an arc. I
mean,
like, obviously there's going to be caveats, but these are very narrative, character-focused games, so I think it's fine to have that distinction raised.
Junpei's maybe the best example, because what do you got with the other main three?
Well, Mitsuru's dad dies, and she has to take over the company, and I don't know. Japan just comes off so weird sometimes. It's like you're inheriting a company, so you got to get married to a guy that's like 10 years older than you to run the company. What is this, feudal fucking Europe?
Feudal fucking Japan?
I guess it still worked that way.
What you almost said?
No, I meant Europe specifically, because they're the ones who. Well, I guess Japan probably did make those marriage alliances too, but they do that for corporations, like.
Yeah, corporations are the new feudal lands.
Now, well, that's not a lie, but, like, is anyone getting married? Like, I don't know. Was there ever the heiress of Enron who became ashamed and disgraced, and her family crest is now dirt because of the corruption in the company that brought it down? It's a weird thing to view as anomalous, or analogous, I should say. To me, anyways. I don't know. Maybe they do that like that. Maybe all corporations do.
You said do.
Do that. So, that always struck me as a little weird.
This is a professional podcast.
She's also got to deal with, like, all the evil shit her grandfather did, and the corporation she's now running did, and, you know, she's also a student council president who owns a school. That's got to be a little weird. So, I don't know. There's interesting stuff going on. Yukari's got the whole backstory with her dad dying and her mom being a fucking burnout slut. Junpei, yeah, he's just interesting. He's got a stronger arc than the rest. Yukiko, he's got that fucking dude that died, and his own inability to control his powers and keep people safe. Because I think Persona 3 is the only Persona game I've played with an arc where somebody's persona accidentally kills a real person. Like, they don't really touch on that too much in the other games. Yeah. The possibility of that. It's all like mental shutdowns. You won't die, but you'll die, but it won't be like, you know, cold blood. I summoned a demon and it fucking ate you. Well, it's a little bit more visceral than having a mental shutdown.
That's like those stories to those first SMT games, right? Where
that's very early, SMT-ish.
Yeah, they could get way darker.
On a much smaller... Well, I mean, they're committing genocide in some of those early SMT games. Like, oh, you went the law route? Well, now we're destroying all of humanity. And we're in a space station now, and you're watching Earth get glassed. It's like, okay, cool. I guess that's law.
Yeah, now we're getting to the plot of System Shock.
See, it's all looping around here. But like, the more I think about it, the more I think Persona 5 actually has the worst characters. Like
Why?
they're
From
they're
development?
likable, but they don't really develop. And if they're not going to develop, I think the Persona 4 characters are more likable. So
I think you could pick and choose from.
probably, and we should do that. We should do that at some point. I was thinking about we should have like a year battle with Persona characters, but I was like, we've only got 3 Personas. How are we going to do that? So,
Oh, there's definitely 5.
well, yeah, but have you played the first 2?
I played the first one.
All right. Well, I've only played 3, 4, and 5, so we'll just have to wait for Persona 6, and then we can do our 2 bracket year battle with Persona 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think Makoto is the only Persona 5 character that's really like comparable to the better characters in the other Persona games, because she has an arc, and she benefits by being Sei's sister, and Sei is, involved in a lot of stuff. I mean, she has her own thing too, but being Sei's sister and the complications from that and all the story events that branch off of that, that's what makes her more than just you did your dungeon and now you're kind of just done developing.
Yeah, that is a. Yeah, I mean, lots of the characters that you're. What about the freaking Maru, or what about
Haru? Oh, I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Why am I Haru? There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Maru. That's weird.
Because you got that penis demon in your brain.
I'm trying to play and talk at the same time. She takes over the corporation too.
Yeah, but there's less involved with that. She's got the social link that has the shitty fiance.
And marrying somebody, just like
Mitsuru. See, she's a copy of Mitsuru. Except she comes so late in the game, you can't really care about Haru, unlike Mitsuru. Also, remember, Mitsuru is student council president. She's got she's got some of the best grades. She's one of the only characters in Persona, aside from the main character, who isn't a complete scholastic fuck up. And she also has, she's also your navigator at the beginning of the game, but she sucks at it, remember? Like she's kind of doing it because someone's got to do the job. She's bad at it. Can't give you good fucking readings ever. I like that.
I like that actually.
I like that subtext because then you get Fuka and she can actually find shit for you. She's like, I sense something 3 levels above you. Mitsuru's like, I don't know, there's something there, but I don't think you're that close yet. Oh shit, I think it's there. She's bad. She's bad at her job. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of.
It's really easy to get on the Persona kick, to be honest. Well, yeah. I feel like I could just nonstop play them for 6 months if I really wanted to, but then I would get nothing else played.
Well, is that bad? You get a lot of Persona played.
Yeah, but I've played them already. I haven't played Visions of Mana.
I still think you need to play 3 Reload. I think it's worth it. Well, with more streamlined card system and all that shit, all the quality of life stuff from Persona 5, the Thurgies, I think it's worth it. But one thing I was thinking of, also, still dealing with Persona, if every Persona companion had to fight, who would like in the real world, not using Personas, like in real life, who would win? Like, how would we rank
Persona 4 main character for sure?
No, not
He's
just
a Chad.
He probably would beat all the main
Giga
characters.
Chad.
But I'm talking about like all the characters. All the characters have to fight each other in like a tournament bracket. Who ends up winning?
Like physically fighting, no personas?
Yeah.
I mean, probably Bad Boy from Persona 4. Am I crazy?
He's at best number 3.
Number 3 at best.
Think. I guess
who's
she's a
him?
She's a literal robot with guns.
Robot?
Yeah, that's not even fair.
Yeah, she's probably number 1.
She's easily number 1. I think number 2 is probably Akihiko, though. He's actually got some amateur boxing cred. I think he'd beat up Kanji. I think he'd smoke Kanji.
You don't think Kanji would just get pissed and end up winning?
I think he'd try, and I think he'd just end up gassing out and getting pummeled. No, I think Akihiko's number 2. Kanji's probably number 3, though. Either that or the Persona 4 main character.
It's hard to beat the robot. That's kind of cheating.
Well, true. I also don't know how good Teddy would be in a fight, because he's kind of got that cartoon physics. Like, he gets flattened and he doesn't fucking die, so...
Oh, yeah, true. He could just, what do you call it? He could just, Bugs Bunny it all.
Yeah, so I don't know where to even put him. That's probably my most controversial opinion about Persona 4, is that, Teddy doesn't annoy me that much. I was expecting way worse when I played that game. Because everyone told me he's such a bad character. And, like, you watch those gnarly videos...
Who told you?
A lot of videos online I read. Jared told me that I'd hate Teddy.
Yeah, you probably would.
You know what?
We know you.
I didn't hate Teddy. You know, Teddy's got more game than Yosuke. He does. He does.
You're not wrong.
And that's sad.
That is sad.
So, I don't know. I'll keep playing through this Persona 4 in my free time. I don't think we're gonna have storms for a while, so I might not.
Is this
This
isn't your first time playing through Persona 4, right?
No, I played through it last year. This is my second playthrough to get some of the last trophies I need. Because you got to do the second playthrough to do the super boss, Margaret or whatever. And then there's like another ending route you can go down. It's a pain in the ass. You shouldn't have to do it. That shit should just be available to you from the first playthrough, or they should allow you to save it before the final boss and then do that stuff, or whatever. But whatever, I'll polish up on the story so I can speak more authoritatively on which Persona game is best. I've beaten Persona 5 once, Royal, I should say. Persona 3 3 different times now, because you got to do 2 playthroughs for Portable to get the Platinum. You got to play through it as male main character and female main character. To be fair, and my second playthrough as male main character.
See, that's the one I should be playing is Persona 3, because back when I played it, no trophies.
Play Portable and play Reload. No, what's wrong with you?
There's only going to be one.
You should probably play Reload then. Have you ever played Portable?
No.
Okay, then you got to play both.
I wish I owned it.
You own Portable. You have a whole collector's edition for it. What are you talking about?
I'm thinking of the. You know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the PSP version.
Oh, okay. I actually own Persona 3 Fez. They sell that at VGP, I think.
What is it? $20?
Yeah, it was super cheap. I got Persona 4 Vanilla and Persona 3 Fez from there. I mean, they're sealed PS2 boxes.
Nice.
Why the fuck would I not?
Yeah, it's better than the ones we have that are opened.
But yeah, I know Persona 3 Portable goes on sale on PSN. Goes on sale pretty cheaply, maybe $10.
Yeah, they sell that box opened.
What box opened?
That collector's edition is just opened.
Oh.
It's not sealed.
Oh, for Reload? What are you doing? But, yeah, I, like, with male main character...
I'm trying to get, like, these last few, freaking element-type things. Have you played Visions of Mana?
Yeah. I didn't beat it, but I got about halfway through it.
Halfway? Would you stop to write something?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I got distracted by something. It happens. It's there. I can go finish it again.
It doesn't seem like a hard platinum. It doesn't seem like it should be. There's like a shit ton of side quests, right? But I don't think you need to do any of them.
No, probably not. But don't you want to?
Not really. All they ever do is give you like some money.
What?
They give you like nothing worthy.
You don't get to hear the story. The great
It's still-
side
it's-
quest writing in that game.
Listen, it is not. No, it's not good.
It's not Baldur's Gate, you're saying? It's not The Witcher
Yeah,
3?
It's not quite up to those standards. It is barely ever better than, oh, my son was attacked by these enemies. He doesn't like them very much. Can you thin out their numbers? There's maybe one or two that are okay. Like you find a letter in a bottle, that kind of stuff.
JRPGs are just bad at side quests. I don't know what it is. They can write good quests. They can write good scenarios. I guess they just, I don't know. They have a fundamentally different view of what a side quest is for.
It's just fodder.
Yeah, clearly. I don't know. We'll see. But AI on PC, and if they want me to do more, I don't know. We'll see. Gamer Guides could have a fucking new thing they want me to do on, or they could just shelve me for a month for all I fucking know. I have no clue. I have no clue.
They do like shelving you.
They haven't really. I've not worked for them for a week since I lost my salary. So
Oh, just a week?
just
That's
a week.
nothing.
Yep.
What's the point?
I have no idea. Not having to pay me during slow sessions, I guess. I don't know, but they like finding shit for me to do anyways. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, doggy update. So I was playing with Zan like 2 days ago, and man, I noticed his breath was fucking stankin'. And like, he's a dog. They don't have the best breath, right? They're not minty fresh.
In the best of times, they don't have the best breath.
But you know, he's 3 years old. His breath is usually inoffensive. It's whatever. He had corpse breath, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this dog's breath? Because like Moxie, she's 9 years old. Her breath stinks. And it's like, okay, she's 9. You know what? She's probably got some stuff going on in her mouth, right? You know, probably has some fucking plaque, whatever. So I pull up the side of his lip to look at his teeth, and corgis don't like that, by the way. I don't think any dog does, but I know my corgis certainly don't. And like his back molar, big black molar, is like brown with a big black spot in it. I'm like, what the fuck happened to this dog's tooth? Because we don't sit here and look at their teeth all the time.
Yeah.
But, you know, every couple of months, we'll check on them. We give them dental chews and shit. So it's not like we're completely oblivious. Yeah, I know Joker. Joker's same tooth. It's the left side of his face, the back left top molar, I should say, is kind of dirty on Joker. So we've been going out of our way to give him like dental chews, and we tried to do like a finger brush thing. They sell those. Doesn't work. Their teeth are too small. Especially like you're trying to clean the molars, you're just rubbing the gums half the time. It's like, I'm just gonna fucking rub this dog's gums off at this rate. Like this does, and then you know, the dog fidgets, doesn't like it. But there's some things that work. There's some stuff you can put in their water. There's dental chews, whatever. Rebecca just bought some powder for Zan. So I'm just like, holy shit, Rebecca, you gotta look at this tooth. He went from having like the best teeth among our dogs to having like the third worst. No one's gonna beat Moxie right now. I was like, what the fuck happened? So yeah, Zan's got stank breath. We've already seen some results, whitening it back up again, but I don't know, man. I'm a little worried. It's got a big black spot.
Might have to go to a doggy dentist.
We can't afford that. Oh, yeah, shit. So, my mom's golden retriever, she had to put it to sleep a month ago.
Oh, that's sad.
She was 12. She got some surgery done on her leg. I can't remember what for. She had like a cyst or something, or tumor. They got it removed, and then the hair didn't grow back right or some shit, so she keep trying on it, and oh my god, I cannot explain to you how gross her leg was. Like,
Can they just remove it?
They removed it, but then the surgery caused other problems where it caused her to like itch, and by itch I mean like chew her leg. And then it caused these fucking growths, and we're talking giant you played through Rogue Trader, right? You went to some of those those like Nurgle installations where they have like just like flesh pods and shit. That's what her leg looked like. Her leg looked like a fucking like a Nurgle beast fucking leg. It was gross, man. It was gross. We kept it like every time we watched that dog, we kept it wrapped up and kept a cone on her because if they don't want to pay enough attention to their own dog, that's on them. But she's not chewing her leg up in our house. And oh, it was nasty. And then she started developing a tumor, like a fatty tumor on her shoulder, and it grew from like the size of a football to the size of a beach ball in like 2 months. And I was like, no, this dog can barely walk, and she's got this shit with her legs. She's got this fucking she's too old to fucking put her in surgery. She stopped eating. It was time. And then, my mom has like a 5-year-old Sheltie, and she texted me, early last week that she had to take Lexi to the vet, and like she could be dying. Let me go see what she actually fucking texted, because this wasn't that long ago. Oh, that's too far. We're talking about corgi race. She tries to get us to take our dogs to corgi races. I don't know why. Like, our dogs are way too stupid. They would never run in a straight line. I had to rush Lexi to the vet. She has to have an emergency gallbladder surgery tomorrow. This is a text message I got. And it's like, what the
gallbladder.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck happened? And so I call her, because she sent me this text message like late at night. So I call her the next day, and apparently she left her dog with my sister, which, I've got some opinions on cause and effect when it comes to that. Let's just say I wouldn't let my sister watch any of my dogs. I would rather drive them to your fucking house and let you watch them than let my sister watch them.
Oh wow. I'd watch them all. You'd think I wouldn't, but I totally would.
They don't need that much watching. The only thing you
Sprocket would absolutely love it.
There'd probably be some territorial issues, but these dogs have coped with the introduction of new dogs before. I know Zan and Sprock would be best friends within fucking minutes. They'd be fine. But no, because I don't trust my sister for shit. I wouldn't trust her to fucking. I wouldn't trust
all them kids.
Yeah, and she doesn't raise them very well.
Oh my god.
No, she doesn't.
Raising them better than you're raising them.
No, she wouldn't. We called CPS on her because of what she was doing with her kids. Let's say that. I wouldn't let her watch my dog.
I'm not sure I want to know anymore.
No, you don't want to know anymore. I wouldn't let her watch anything. I wouldn't let her fucking watch my lawn. So, I have some concerns about that dog, but whatever. Laura's, apparently her gallbladder had ruptured in 2 places, and I kind of know what gallbladder problems are like. I've had gallbladder problems. Rebecca had to have her gallbladder removed due to pancreatitis a few years. It's been a while now. It's been a couple of years. But, at first I thought it might just be like gallstones, right? But apparently Shelties are susceptible to some, bacterial infection, which can cause them to swell and eventually rupture. And I was talking to my mom, and she was like, "Yeah, it's going to be like $3,000 to $6,000." I was like, "That's a lot of money for a dog." And she was like, "Well, what would you do if it was one of your dogs?" So I was like, "I don't have $3,000 to $6,000. That dog would be dead." So I don't know. Apparently,
she's not wrong though. Some people take out loans. Some people, like, there's credit cards dedicated to animal health.
I'll be honest.
It gets insane.
If it was Zan,
I'm not saying I'd do it. I'm just saying there's things out there.
If it was Zan or Joker, we'd be very inclined to find some sort of payment plan to get them the surgery they needed. They're 3 years old. I love these dogs to pieces. Yangus, hey, he's all right. I wouldn't cry that much. Moxie, she's 9. I'm sorry, 9-year-old dog. I'm not spending a couple $1,000s on a dog that has probably 2 to 3 years left to live, anyways.
Yeah, there's things to consider for sure.
But I don't have 3 to 6 grand just sitting around ready to be. I got some money sitting around for emergencies, but not 3 to 6 grand. Also, as someone who hasn't had healthcare since he was 21, a little bit chafes my ass to think that these dogs have better healthcare than I do, which is a fact.
Well, that's America for you.
That's America for us. But apparently her dog came out of surgery all right and was brought home, so that's good. But I was like, man, losing 2 dogs in like 6 weeks, that'd be brutal. So, I'm glad that little fucking nut came through. So far, anyways. Last I heard. So, yeah, I didn't really have that much drama at my house last week, but spent a good bit of time talking to my mom about her own problems, so whatever. It's fair. Sometimes other people have problems. Okay, in this gaming podcast, let's get some gaming news. We have some.
Oh, I thought you had 0.
We have like 3 stories, and they're not the best. Night Dive Studios has announced a physical edition of the Turok Trilogy bundle for PlayStation 5 and Switch, which includes the remastered versions of Turok, Turok 2, and Turok 3.
This interests me a lot because I do like Night Dive, despite System Shock being forever linked to my dead PS5 now.
Well, then that didn't do it.
But 2, secondly, I haven't played any of these games, and 3 games in one collection seems really nice.
And apparently they're all on disc, and they are, like, you can get them at Best Buy for $40. It doesn't seem like a bad deal. I'm just not sure how much I care about these as games. Does it come with 3 platinums?
Idea, but
let's talk 3 platinums, then I'm game.
Yeah, but like if you've seen these games before and you always thought, maybe I want to try them. Like, what did they come out on?
Nintendo 64 for the first one.
And that's it?
I have no idea.
And that's it, right?
I don't know.
If Night Dive isn't the studio when it comes to fucking keeping some of these classics alive, and I don't even say Turok is classic. I wouldn't go that far. I've never played them. I have no idea. But System Shock, you can't convince me that's not classic. System Shock 2.
You know what I bought the other day?
I haven't played it, but I bet it's a classic.
I bought Rise of the Triad, digital edition for PlayStation 4. I have the collector's edition lunchbox. That was pretty cool, but I don't want to open it. And I played the shareware version of Rise of the Triad back in the day. So I'm like, I'm hankering for some nasties. I'll play through. So I played through like 3 levels, and I was like, this game is so fucking bonkers. Like, I'd forgotten how bonkers it was, but it's bonkers in a good way.
In a good way, right?
Yeah, so I was playing through that. Also, I'm not good at these games, but oh my god, I'm so much better now than I was as a kid. Like, I was bad at shooters. I played Doom like a bitch, the original Doom. Like, I don't want to get shot, so I move slowly. I try to take corners conservatively. Now I'm playing Doom, and I've seen people who play the game well, and they just jet through it. I'm like, I'm gonna play like that. It's better. They're right. I was wrong. That's how you're supposed to play those games. So I just dash through these fucking games now, and if I get fucking killed, oh well, reload and try again. But I ain't playing like a bitch anymore. So I was having some fun with it, but it's not high on my list of priorities. I just wanted to catch some nasties. Rise of the Triad has such great fucking music, doesn't it?
It really does. I realized that when I heard Civi for the first time and realized what that ending outro was.
Yeah, all of his music is just Rise of the Triad.
I forget the name of that guy, but my god, is he doesn't get paid enough. I guarantee it.
Oh, right. I sent you an image, and I forgot to explain it. We were watching the Persona 4 anime, and they're eating Japanesey stuff, and I was like, god damn, it looks good. I can go for some fucking Oriental food right now.
You're just gonna make me hungry.
Oh my god, don't look at it, it'll make you hungry. So Rebecca just got a bug up her ass. Apparently she was hungry for that shit too, and she just went and made rice with beef on it, but we don't have all those exotic to us ingredients. So she had some peas in there, and she had some broccoli that she put on there, and she made some eggs to go along with it. And I was like, oh, so good, dude! It was so fucking good. So, anyway, so that's what that image is about. It was a pretty enough meal that I took a picture of it before eating it.
I think I can beat this game tonight. I don't think I can probably platinum it because I'm pretty sure, I got to beat some super bosses, and that's probably not happening. But it'll be almost done.
You and your mana. So how long have you played that game? Like 4 days?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe 5, 6.
Jesus. Stop and smell the roses, Greg.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you beat System Shock 2, or is that game not?
No, System Shock.
Yeah, System Shock. Yeah, is that game?
No, I haven't. I've been prioritizing mana.
You don't want to tempt fate anymore with that one.
Well, I played it up in the bedroom quite a bit. That game is rough. It's also you can game the system pretty easily on it a number of ways. It's got that whole prey thing going on where you collect shit and turn it into the recycling bin for money. I have so much money. The problem is they don't sell enough health packs. I have too much money. But you also use money to mod your weapons, and some of them are... I mean, I'm buying them all because I have too much money, but some of those mods are not worth it whatsoever, and it's getting hurt in that game. It takes it out of you.
Kind of reminds me of my playthrough of the first Dead Space. I had so many resources and so much health stored up at the end there. And it was just because they had that trophy for beating the game with just the plasma cutter, and I decided to do that on my first playthrough, and I'm like, actually,
on your very first playthrough?
Yeah, my very first playthrough, and I'm like,
ugh.
I'm like, this weapon is so fucking good, I don't want to use anything else.
The saw is so good.
I'm going to tell you something crazy. I've beaten Dead Space. I have never used another gun besides the plasma cutter.
Oh, you're insane.
Never did.
Absolutely insane. So you know that they have this saw, right? That you shoot out, and it uses stasis to hold the spinning saw blade in front of you, but the saw blade itself is still spinning.
Yeah.
So it's like one of my favorite weapons. It's so good. The upgrades to it give you a duration, so because it's spinning the whole time, right? And
yeah.
A few seconds go by, and it will just eject.
I know from some videos that there's a pulse rifle.
Yeah, the pulse rifle's okay. I think the plasma cutter's better. There's a you saw the plasma line cutter, right? The one that's 3 times the width.
Yeah.
That's for when you want to take out 3 enemies' legs, like a total of 6 legs instead of 1.
I honestly never felt handicapped by just using the plasma cutter.
Oh no, it's very doable.
So I don't know. It became my safe space weapon. Safe space and Dead Space. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 will launch for PlayStation 5 on August 12th. The enhanced update for existing platforms, publisher game or Xbox Game Studios and developer Ninja Theory announced. So if you want a walking simulator to waste about 6 hours of your time, you're going to get that opportunity in August. I don't know, man. On paper, Xbox has all these studios and games, and it's what would you really want to see come to PlayStation from Xbox at this point in time?
From Xbox? Gears would be great.
Well, we're getting Gears.
We could play through all those Gears games.
Halo MCC, I'd love that.
All that well.
I kind of want a port of Sunset Overdrive. That's the one exclusive I played on Xbox One that I was like, yeah, okay, I would have enjoyed having this on PlayStation. I would say Avowed, but I know they're going to charge $80 for it, and there's not going to be a real physical version, so it's kind of fuck you. I'll get it on GOG when it's fucking cheap. Is Xeno on GOG? Are they such assholes that they're not putting their stuff on GOG? I need to look.
That's a good one, though. I should really... I got this Xbox just sitting here. I really should have traded it in when they had that thing at GameStop for trading in an Xbox, and they'll give you 420.69.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, vaguely.
That's probably the best return I would have ever gotten for it.
Yeah. That's not like I need an Xbox. I can just play all those games on fucking Game Pass for PC. So... I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, Avowed isn't on GOG, so that's another negative from Xbox buying all these studios. Like, they don't want you to own them physically. They don't want you to own them digitally either, because you know what? Obsidian games used to be on they used to be on GOG, and now we're not getting them day and date on GOG. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Last bit of news we have for this week. We got the PlayStation Plus games for July have been announced. We're getting Diablo 4. Yes, Diablo 4 is already a PlayStation Plus game. Which means, Jared is kind of out of excuses for not playing that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, if we need a podcast game, I don't know. I already platinumed it. Do I need to platinum it again? I don't think I need to play Diablo 4 anymore.
No.
Whatever, we could. Diablo 4, a game called Jusant, and The King of Fighters 15. So those are going to be your games for July. And that's kind of all the gaming news. All the news that was particularly interesting, anyways. I feel like there's something else, and I'm just not thinking of it. They announced some Toho dungeon RPG. I looked at it.
Is it another Metroidvania one? Like the what? It's not. I'm gonna get this name completely wrong, even though we did a guide together for this. I think the thousand knives.
Toho Luna Knights.
Luna Knights. That's it. See, I just remembered the knives.
There were a lot of knives, to be fair. No, and you know what? This game it's a DRPG, and its graphics look so bad that Toho Luna Knights looks professional by comparison. Like, this looks like junk. I'm not in. Like, I pay attention to these Toho games just because we did that guide for it, and I wrote this one off almost immediately. So, I think there's also word that Microsoft was planning a bunch of layoffs in its gaming department. A bunch more, anyways.
Could this be the last Microsoft console we ever see? There's no way, right?
No, they're going to make another one, but like the next one's going to be all digital with a focus on stream. It's going to be a Game Pass box. That's all it's going to be. And at that point, you really got to ask yourself, is it worth it to you to spend any money on a Game Pass box when you could just spend that money towards a PC instead? That's going to do all the same shit. Because for my money, no.
I mean, I'm not the best person to ask. I go buy freaking old-ass games from GameStop.
Yeah, but you want to own those games, presumably. Like, what are you going to own with a Game Pass box?
Yeah, nothing.
Is there anything on this Game Pass box that'll be exclusive to it? As opposed to,
you never know.
I have my doubts.
It would be digitally exclusive, right? If anything.
No, I think it'd be on PC. So I don't personally see a reason, like, if they want to charge $500-600 for the next Xbox Game Pass box, and they haven't really sold much in the way of like proper physical in 2 generations now. Why would I buy that instead of just putting the money towards a GPU? You know? I just get a 5070 or 6070 or whatever the hell I need to run these games, and that's the third of the cost of a PC, and you know, I need the PC for other things besides the 3 Xbox exclusives each generation I want to play. So that seems like the much smarter investment. So, no, I don't think it'll be the last Xbox, but I don't think that the market would really be losing out on anything if it was either. So, they've kind of made their entire console line redundant. They really only have themselves to blame. It's not like Sony came like swinging this generation, you know? Sony shat the bed with their lack of exclusives because they decided they were going to chase the live service boondoggle off a cliff, and that's the reason we haven't gotten shit in terms of exclusives this generation. We're getting Yotai, so that'll be a good one. We got Ragnarok. We got a Spider-Man game, which I guess is
multiple
cool. For
Spider-Man games.
We got the last one. No, the last one was PS4, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and the Miles Morales was last gen. But
Yeah, really... it's PS5. It's one of the PS5 launches.
No, it was also on PS4, but you could only get it digitally unless you bought like the Ultimate Edition or some shit of the first game. I think Miles Morales is on PS4.
I don't think so.
I could be wrong, but I'll look it up. What's it? PlayStation Trophy? Let's look at that. It'll have a list. I don't know why my trophies are still hidden. I removed the privacy stuff. Apparently there's more Spider-Man games than I thought. There's a game called Stroke the Spider.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's a PS4 trophy list for
a game Morales. Called Stroke the Spider.
No, for Miles Morales. And yes, Stroke the Spider.
There's a lot of lists on PS4.
There's a lot of lists for Stroke the Spider, and its trophy percentages are like 99%. So
I'm all over it.
You know what? I'm going to look and see if it's on sale. Oh my god. What is Stroke the Spider? I have to see this. They've got Stroke the Spider, Stroke the Hedgehog, Stroke the Dog, Stroke the Animals, Spin the Lighthouse, Power the Light. Yeah. They don't have any media for Stroke the Spider, so I can't even see what kind of game it would be. They have a Stroke the Pack, which I guess is a compilation of their Stroke the games. What's the I need to read the description of this. Scary, but still nice to stroke for some. There are many out there that are scared of spiders, and those that would never touch one. Well, now you can stroke one without the fear of it jumping on you. Just stick out your hand and stroke it. Let your fears float away. Get stroking. Stroke the dick, stroke the snake, stroke the tortoise, stroke the hamster, stroke the horse, stroke the parrot, stroke the beaver, stroke the rabbit. Holy shit, there are a bunch of these. Yeah. But now we can't. Because Jim Ryan fucked up the PlayStation 5 to the point where I had to see what games on PlayStation 5 were actually exclusive. Returnal, Deathloop. No, God of War Ragnarok wasn't even exclusive.
Well, is that on PS4 too?
Yeah.
Really?
Horizon Forbidden West, not exclusive. Dude. Shameful lack of exclusive game. Like, I don't really play PlayStation for exclusives. I kind of play PlayStation now because apparently they're the last gaming company to still do physical media. And I'm dubious how that will even last long term, but until they get rid of physical media.
It would make me really sad, but I've got so many games that I don't think I even care at this point.
Would you just play backlog games or just cope with the digital?
Probably write up what if I'm still writing, if I'm even bothering, and then just everything else would just be backlog.
I think I'd still stick with GOG. I can own those. But that's kind of it. There's not a lot going on this week in gaming, and I don't really think anything else is gonna be happening next week. It's kind of funny watching the Switch 2. Like, every time there's a new game announced, it gets box art, and people are like, oh, is this going to actually have a physical release? And then it's confirmed, no, it won't. And
you see that guy that sent off a Street Fighter 6 game key case to the grading company?
Oh my god, did he really?
Yeah. It got a 9.9.
That's got to be performance art there.
This generation is cooked.
I can't imagine anything less worth spending your money on than a game key card. Like, it's kind of shameful, kind of pathetic, kind of sad. Right, so one of those game sites I follow that will tell you when there's a deal on something. They posted a link to that
cheap ass gamer.
Spirit Hunter NG, I think Wario64, Cheap Ass Gamer are the two I follow. Two everyone follows. I saw that and I'm like, oh look, a horror visual novel for like $20 on eBay. That's not bad. That could be interesting. I don't have any plans on making it a podcast game immediately, but I've never heard of this before. I went and looked on Steam. It had like a 94% positive. I'm like, 90% of Steam users surely can't be wrong, right?
Oh my god.
So
here we go.
Yeah,
so you gonna try it?
I went and bought it. I sent you a link if you wanted to try it.
It's on what, Switch?
Yeah, apparently there is
only Switch.
Apparently there's a PlayStation 4 physical version, but it's twice the price. So, let me see. Spirit Hunter NG. I looked all this stuff up. Doing my due diligence before I buy anything. You can get it. Yeah, you can get it on PS4, but it's cheaper on Switch. So
you knew I was going to ask that, didn't you?
Well, yeah, because I was going to ask that. Like, is it worth buying on Switch for? I think it's up to $25 now. Can they just do that? Adjusted price inflation like that?
Oh fuck them! I can't buy it now in principle.
Yeah, I think it went up a few bucks. But
no, I already spent some money. You want to hear what I got?
Yeah, go tell us what you got. But I'm looking at this, like, this apparently is a trilogy, Greg. And all these games are on... Yeah, all these games are on PSN. This is the second game in that trilogy. And if they ever go down in price, I mean, something else to consider for Visual Novel Book Club. It's supposed to be a horror visual novel, so it's right up our alley.
I do find that intriguing. If it's on PSN cheap enough, I'd rather just do it digitally, I think.
Well, it's $40. None of them are on sale right now, so it's going to take time for them to go on sale.
Oh, it's $40. Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
I mean, I wouldn't pay that much for them, but you know what? When they go on sale, it's another story.
So I went whenever GameStop has these buy two get ones. I always go look and see if there's anything worth. Because I have a huge collection. I fill it out largely by things like this. I can't pay used games and getting something for free. That's how it gets filled out. Can't afford to go buying new games for every single thing, but pretty obvious. What sparked this one was I saw a game called it's It's one or the other. It's either Knights of Azure 2 or Azure Knights 2. I can't quite remember. It's a NIS game. And I actually played through it before. When I was writing for DarkStation, one of the very first like real video game codes that I ever got was Knights of Azure 2. And I remember it because I played through it digitally, and they had a physical copy of it for $30, and it's pretty rare-ish. Like, do you even know what this game is?
Yeah, I have both of them.
Oh, you're familiar with it. Would you?
It's a third-person RPG with a red-headed protagonist, lots of fan service. If I remember correctly.
Lots of fan service. Lots of the women's.
I played through like the first part of the first game and I got bored.
Yeah, it's not particularly engaging. You end up at least with the second one, you end up making friends with all these people and defeating the dark and all generic NIS JRPG crap, right?
Yeah.
But still, that's why I saw it. I saw it there. That's why I remembered it. So, 2 other $30 games. I found another one called Kill la Kill If. Have you ever watched Kill la Kill?
Yeah. You recommended it a while back.
Yeah, as an anime, it is bonkers.
Goofy as
it's
shit.
It's goofy as fuck.
I found it, yeah.
It's got a shit ton of fan service as well.
It's
like
all
way,
fan
way
service.
More than Knights of
It's all
Azure.
fan service, yeah.
Well, the entire story of Kill la Kill revolves around clothing.
Yeah.
And to say any more than that would be very spoilerific, but it's insane. And that one girl, Maki, she goes off on tangents like maybe once every other episode, and when she goes off on a tangent, the Hallelujah chorus song begins playing.
She was great. I love that character.
She is adorable and a treat, right? She's right up there with Chie, kind of.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Almost in the design, too.
Same haircut, yeah, I was going to say.
Same haircut.
Same short bowl cut.
Chie's more martial arts and eat the meat than Maki is for sure, but she and her entire family gets in on it. It's pretty good. So apparently, Arc Systems Gearworks, those people that make the Guilty Gear fighting games.
It's a tournament fighter, isn't it?
Yeah, they made one. They made that, and I've never really seen it before, so I grabbed that. And I grabbed Wolang Fallen Dynasty. They tried to get me to
do a guide on that. A year or two ago.
It's kind of like Neo, from what I heard.
Yeah, I noped the fuck out of it. No, that was actually the game that made me realize that I do not ever want to play a Souls game again.
Is it a Souls-like?
Yes. It's a Souls-like with Three Kingdoms characters. So what, you didn't want to be Lu Bu? Well, you don't get to play as Lu Bu, you got to fight him.
Oh, that's got to be the roughest Souls boss in the world, right?
Not easy. I don't know. It's not that I'm incapable. I'm not good at them, but I'm not incapable of playing them. I hate everything about them mechanically nowadays. Like I've done enough of it. I don't ever need to do it again. I don't need to sit there and.
The whole concept of that is memorize moves until you survive.
I don't want to. I don't want to do it ever again.
Well, that's no different than other games like Sonic. Gotta go fast. You can't go fast in Sonic.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Until you memorize everything.
I don't play any Sonic games anymore either.
Yeah.
I just want to play RPGs mostly. RPGs and first person shooters, right? I'll do those. Third person shooters, tactical, pretty much any kind of RPG except a Souls-like.
So I also got 3 cheaper games. Those are the expensive ones because I'm pretty sure Kill la Kill If and the Knights of Azure 2, I'm pretty sure those are low print runs, like compared to most PS4 games.
Yeah.
But I did also get a couple of $9 games, and one of them was Killing Floor 2.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't fucking own it.
I don't own it either.
Yeah, it was $9.
I can't argue at $9.
So I paired it up with Monster Hunter Tri.
Oh, for the
And
3DS?
No, for the Wii.
Oh, okay.
And Epic Mickey
Right,
2.
I think 3DS has 3 Ultimate, not Tri.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is 3 Ultimate just Tri but better?
Yeah. Well, Tri but worse because
seems like it should be.
You're playing it on a handheld with only one analog stick, so. And those were also the games that had a lot of underwater combat swimming mechanics, which you can imagine how fun that was with one analog. You could learn it, but playing those on the 3DS is what made me go, God, I really wish they'd bring this to a real console. And they did, and it was everything I wanted it to be, Monster Hunter World, and then Wilds. So, kudos to Capcom. They got it right eventually.
Yeah. Well, Capcom's got such a checkered history.
Been mostly good marks recently. What's the last bad game they made? Resident Evil 3? It's not even bad, it was just not as good as Resident Evil 2.
I don't think Resident Evil 3 was bad. You're talking about the remake?
Yeah, well, people...
No, it's fine.
People
it's
piss
fine.
and moan about it. It's just... I guess it was not a 9 out of 10 like the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, 2 blew it out of the water. And you kind of expected that with 3. But then again, like, 3 in and of itself was just a fucking side project to Capcom back in the day, right? So,
I mean, this was the opportunity to take it out of 2's shadow, and they categorically did not do that.
But like compared to things like Lost Planet and fucking Dino Crisis 3 and like there's levels to this, how bad, like, people forget.
Yeah.
People forget.
No, Capcom they were very hit and miss in the 2000s. Very hit and miss. Their biggest hit, in my opinion, in the 2000s, and this is biased as fuck, Dragon's Dogma.
Oh yeah, you're way wrong.
Low budget, sold millions and millions of copies. I mean, that's actually my biggest disappointment with Capcom of modern times is Dragon's Dogma 2. I feel like it didn't live up to the first game at all. I shit the bed. Might even be IP killing potential there. But I don't know, they seemed happy with the sales, so I don't know. I think the fact that we haven't heard a whiff of like a major expansion for it yet, which that game desperately needs, like it needs a Dark Arisen. But haven't heard anything about it, so Itsuno isn't with the company anymore. I don't know. Just kind of a sour note for him to go out on, in my opinion. Dragon's Dogma 2 is not going to be a cult classic like the first game.
Yeah, PS2, PS3 era, they kind of lost their way in quite a few regards. I mean, starting with Resident Evil 6, right?
Yeah. I mean, people give Resident Evil 5 a lot of shit, but it sold a ton of copies, and I still think it's a good game. Like,
I think 5 is fine. It's kind of, well...
It's action. It's more action-y. It's not really horror at all.
Yeah.
But that's fine. They've kind of codified that into the two different types of Resident Evil they have now, so... I will piss and moan all night and day about Final Fantasy becoming an action game. But when it's Resident Evil, I'm like, yeah, you can spruce up the survival horror with some action. I'm fine with that.
This is normal Nathan wishy-washiness.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Nope. I just fundamentally don't think that Resident Evil 5, like, destroyed the soul of the IP as much as Final Fantasy 16 did.
What, the guy becoming huge and taking over the ship, that all checks out for you?
Yeah, big monsters out of nowhere for no reason in a Resident Evil game, that's kind of what they're all about. So, I liked 5 a lot. No one will ever get me to hate Resident Evil 5. I had great fun playing that with my wife.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to just have something good co-op to play together.
Resident Evil 6, I've heard nothing but bad about that
Shouldn't
game.
shouldn't 6 be in that same boat though? And that, I mean, it's all 2-player.
I haven't played it, so I don't have anything nice to say
How
about
have
it.
you not played 6?
I don't know. I haven't.
They really, you know what they really need to do is put out a new trophy list, and I can just drag you through it.
You can still drag me through it. You don't need to get anything out
you
of
know
it.
my demands.
Are there PS5 versions of those games? I'm not sure.
I don't think so, but I was wrong about freaking Spider-Man. So who knows?
You know, actually, that's one of the things. I don't know how long this buy two get one free sale is going, but I don't like buying stuff from GameStop online because I don't trust them to actually give me a box.
No, I
But-
don't either. That's why I actually went to like 2 different places.
No, that's not happening. But we have to go shopping this week, so if the sale's still going on, I might actually go to a GameStop and see because I might not be opposed to buying Resident Evil like PS5 copies of Resident Evil 2, 3, 7, 4, whatever. Whatever I can find there. As long as I can find 3 of them for 20-ish bucks.
Oh,
I
I
think I'd be-
guarantee. All the ones around me, anyways, just they're chock full of fucking Resident Evil games. Makes my heart sad.
Why?
'Cause I have them already. I can't have them again.
Well, I have them on PS4. I might want a native PS5 version. You don't know.
Yeah, but you also spend $2 on a Steins Gate game you're never going to touch.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I like physical media, and I like to. The thought of always having a native PS5 version on disc tickles my fancy. Makes me feel happy and safe. But we'll see. Maybe I'll be smart and wait because those games have got to go down to like $10 for Black Friday. You think? And maybe I
What,
can get them
physically?
new. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
They're already like 18, 20. So I'd buy all of them again for $10. No hesitation. Easy tender to make sure I have those on disc. I don't know. We'll see if I feel up to it. Because if I go into town with Rebecca, because she doesn't like going in stores, she discovered that you can just do those orders online at like Walmart and shit, and then they'll just bring you all of your stuff, and she doesn't have to get out of the car.
That's an awful lot of trust too, though. I feel.
Yeah, we don't always get exactly what we want. Sometimes we take substitutions, but whatever. Saves me from having to go in the store, and then she wants to do that, then she can go do that. I don't care. But if I do go up into town with her, then I can bring the corgis, and we can go to a drive-thru, and like Sonic will put like cream in a cup for the dogs, and then you can just sit there in the back seat and have the dogs eat the
Oh, you
cream.
guys love Sonic, don't you?
It's just it's the most convenient place. It's the most convenient place. That's really all it is. It's the one store that hasn't like pissed me off politically, because I boycott stores if they do something I don't like politically,
Really?
and I don't go looking
So
for
what
it,
what does it matter though?
because I don't want to give money to people who fucking suck. Like I haven't gone to Burger King in 20 years because they did that corporate inversion shit where they decided they're going to be headquarters in I think Canada, so they don't have to pay U.S. taxes. It's like, go fuck yourselves. If you're not fucking paying taxes like the rest of us are, then I'm not giving you any fucking money. There's a million other places I can get burgers from. I don't need to pay you fucking tax thieves any fucking money.
Yeah, it's true.
So no, I am petty like that. I don't go looking for this information, but goddamn it if I stumble across it. And there's only so much we can do. Like, if we had a Costco here, we'd never go to fucking Walmart again. But
Well, they
We
have a
don't.
Sam's Club.
we have a Sam's, but our Sam's Club is like 20 minutes further away than the closest Walmart. And we don't have any really great options. We get Aldi's whenever we can. But can't get everything at Aldi's, unfortunately. So Sonic is kind of the place we go to because it's the most convenient to drive to. Like, if we drive into town, Sonic is just a turn off to the left. It's the easiest fucking place to get into and out of. So actually, you do a loop onto a road and go down a street, and then you come back the other way, and then Sonic's right there on your right. And it's easy to get into and out of, and it's, got another driveway that takes you further along down the road towards home, so it's easy pit stop to make on our way home. That's a lot of it. That's a lot of it. My connection has been interrupted. Fucking Diablo?
What happened?
Nah, Diablo just kicked me out of the game. So, I don't know, that was weird. I was like, oh man, is it gonna kick me off of PSN now, or what? But it didn't. Yep. So, I mean, also, if you use the app, you can get like a Route 44 for like fucking half price. And it's like, a buck and change for a huge ass drink. Rebecca will go up there and get herself 2 types of tea, and I'm content to let her shop wherever she wants to shop. So I get what I can from where she's gonna go. Sometimes she gets a bug up her ass and goes to Taco Bell, but I'm happy just getting a fucking burger and a drink.
Yeah, I took the kids to Taco Bell today. They had $1 drink happy hour, and it is hot as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's fucking hot as shit. What do you get at Taco Bell? See, I'm kind of waste. No, just in general. Like, what's your go-to?
Oh, I have a modified burrito. I usually do.
Oh, so you're like putting in a custom order and shit.
Yeah.
See,
I do like the rice and beans except with black beans, and I take out the nacho cheese and I have it grilled and I put in potatoes.
Oh, so you're just a giant pain in the ass.
It's a modified potato burrito since they don't sell that anymore.
They don't. I thought they still sold the potato ones.
No, they sell potato tacos for like some cheap. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They got some chipotle on them, but they're like they're really cheap. Like $1.20.
I think they still sell the potato burritos here.
No,
where I live, I'm pretty sure Rebecca gets those. I
have to double check on that because that was the best thing that they had.
Remember they had those commercials for that like cheesy double beef burrito, whatever, and it was like 99 cents or whatever. Yeah, but it's not cheap anymore. God, I used to just go and get 3 of those. I need to ask Rebecca. She's the orderer.
Person.
She knows what things are. Oh no, baby puppies! Did she lock you out? Rebecca, do they still have those potato burritos at Taco Bell here?
The potato tacos?
No, the burritos.
Oh, the breakfast burritos?
The potato burritos.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, then what do you get?
I get the breakfast fiesta potato burrito.
The breakfast fiesta potato burrito?
Yeah, and the cheesy...
That doesn't... anything breakfast does not count. Get out of here.
What were those things I used to get when they were super cheap? I can never remember what they were called.
Double beef burritos?
Double beef burritos? I know they had a lot of rice and cheese and a fair amount of beef in them. What do I get now?
Beef 5 layer.
You're not even sure what you get?
No, beef. I can't remember the names. They're all like beef twist butt fuck. Yeah. Apparently I get a beefy 5 layer. I also like their standard beef and bean burrito. Sometimes I just want refried beans.
They have chicken ones that I like.
Yangus snuck in.
Yeah, I see that. Not fucking blazes and braces.
Poor Yangus. Rebecca doesn't like Yangus in her room because she's mean.
I don't like him being in my room.
That's not very nice, but
No,
considering how he reminds me of the Yangus from Dragon Quest VIII, I understand.
He jumped on her. He jumped on her face while she was sleeping.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Yeah, he jumped on the bed and she was sleeping on the edge of the bed and he just totally jumped on her face. So she hasn't been fond of him in her room since then.
Yeah, I don't think I can blame her.
What
did he do that for?
I guess he didn't see her up there, so he wanted to be on the bed.
He's an idiot.
He is so clumsy. He is such a clumsy dumb dog. But he loves people so much. He will wag his tail so hard, and he doesn't have much of a tail because they cropped it. But he
Yeah.
will wag his tail so hard his entire fucking back is swinging back, and we're just shaking his ass all over the place. Furiously.
One of the project managers where I work at has a service dog. I don't know if you're a military brat, right? Are you
Yeah.
used to these veterans that just have animals?
No, not really. Not something I was exposed to.
I'm pretty damn sure he doesn't need this thing, but he gets it labeled as a service dog anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's had its tail shortened twice in the last week.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Poor
you
thing.
don't. I don't like crop tails.
Well, this wasn't for looks. This was for infected tail needed done.
So what the
health
fuck is he doing that his
words.
tail's getting infected?
I don't fucking know.
That's
Multiple times though, it's happened to this poor dog. But
That's,
he loves people too, and he has to balance it with being a service dog, and he's usually pretty good at his job.
usually, but sometimes.
Usually, sometimes he would rather just be friendly and wants pets.
Yeah, no, that's the way it works. Yangus is the most pet wantingest dog we have. Zan is the least pet wantingest. So, Zan's fucking aloof now, man. He's a little brat. No, the one big so they had Democratic primaries in New York, right? I'm going somewhere with this. They elected some Zoran dude, whatever, and one of the things he was running on are government-run grocery
Better than
stores.
Kumo.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I don't know that much about these people. I don't live in New York, but don't elect the fucking
Kumo is fucking famous for all the sexual assault.
yeah.
charges.
Don't elect somebody with 11 sexual assault charges who killed thousands of fucking old people during COVID. That should be the lowest of low bars. The fact that he was even in the race is disgusting. Why did the Democrats lose to Trump? I don't know. Are they that much better? But anyways, this Zoran guy is running on. One of the things he wants to do is have a government-run grocery store in every borough. So 5 government-run grocery stores in New York City, which is, I don't know. It probably should be closer to 50.
It's gonna be the size of fucking 3 fucking Costco's.
It's just
so where people will go exclusively for SNAP
no.
or
It's,
EBT.
I think it's just there to counter food deserts and shit, and to honestly to provide some competition. Because groceries are apparently a low profit margin business, and it's kind of like delivery services. If you live places where there's not a lot of perceived value, they just won't bring the service there. And if you're poor and they don't build a grocery store near where you live, then you've got to find transportation to where there are grocery stores. And, if you're too poor to fucking travel, it's an extra burden. So I think it's to combat food deserts and shit. And
Interesting.
again, if it's such a low profit margin thing that corporations don't want to do it, then maybe the government should fill those gaps, especially when it comes to, I don't know, food. But I mean, I think every life necessity should have a government option, but that's just me. I'm a big socialist. But you had a bunch of
socialists.
you had a bunch of idiots on the internet going, "Oh, I wouldn't eat at a government-run grocery store." I'm like, have you never been on a military base? You know they have commissaries on every single fucking one? You know who runs those? The government. They're great. They're way better than fucking Walmart. So, the stupidity of people.
I can't even argue. I've definitely shopped at my fair share of commissaries.
Of course you have. You've gone to government-run gas stations on military bases. Government runs all kinds of shit. It's fine. It works fine. So, I mean, I haven't gone to a commissary since I was in my early 20s. But I'll still fucking, like my mom, I've said this before on the podcast, my mom she loves deals. She doesn't care about the actual thing that's on sale. But if it's a good deal, she will try to find an excuse to buy it because she loves deals. So she will call me sometimes.
I wish she thought I was her son and would send me stuff.
Well, too bad you don't get a mom. Some people just don't get that. But she will call me and be like, "They're having
That's
a
pretty-
cake."
That's pretty evil to say to the guy whose mom
but
died.
the fact is, your mom doesn't love you and isn't there for you. What can I say? That's his life.
Dead. Dead, you mean?
Your mom's dead?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know your mom was dead.
What the fuck?
Well, your mom didn't love you enough to stay alive, just like Rebecca's mom.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Actually,
Mom didn't love me when she was alive.
that's the funny part.
Your mom needs. Speaking of your mom, she
Yes,
needs to drive you
I
down.
know. I know. I'm dealing with whether I want to see that message or not. Anyways, she'll just call me and be like, "They're having a case lot sale on Cheerios. Do you want me to buy some?" I was like, "Yeah, give me some fucking
is
Cheerios."
always yes.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to spend fucking $4 a box on cereal. I will eat that shit. I don't care what kind of cereal it is. I will find a way. All right.
Yeah, as
So-
it should be.
Big socialist government sales on box cereal at government-run store. I don't know.
You know they sometimes have those sales at non-government run store too.
Yeah, but my mom doesn't go to those. So I don't ever see them, so they don't matter to me. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just, it's amazing the courage of people.
The best sale I ever had at a commissary was they were selling World of Warcraft 12 packs of Mountain Dew for $1 each.
Oh,
And I bought like 24 of them, and I would just give them to people as they left my house.
oh my God. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. But like, if you're wondering what a government-run grocery store is like, it's exactly like a fucking commissary on a military base. They've got aisles with all the brand name food. They've got a deli. They've got a meat
It's crazy
area.
to think New York would need such a thing, though.
Well, that's what happens when you let capitalism decide who gets access to basic life amenities. Somebody is not going to fit a profit margin. It's like you complain all the time about video games. If something turns a profit, why wouldn't you do it? Well, it has to turn enough of a profit, right? It's not enough to make money. You have to make a certain amount of growth. And if you don't make that much growth, it's not worth having that money.
Yeah, it's a shame, but you're right.
And that's what these companies, that's what they're going to do with mail
Well,
service if we privatize
it's
it.
dumb.
Yeah, but it's not about providing a service or existing in a marketplace and fulfilling needs. It's about creating value for shareholders. And that's why these incentives suck and don't actually work for people. So, but I wish I had the confidence to sit here and talk shit about government-run grocery stores as if fucking commissaries don't exist. Mind-boggling to me. I think there should be a government chain of grocery stores in every fucking city. Every city should have them. You should just have a government alternative to Walmart and Food Lion and Kroger. Why? Because fuck them. Price controls.
Fuck them, that's why.
Exactly.
Competition is good.
Competition is good.
We all know this.
It's built-in competition. It sets the arguably it should set the ceiling for commodities, right? That's effectively what it would end up doing. I'm all for that. I'm all for that in basically the case of every necessity: mail, water, electricity. I'm even going to say internet, because goddamn, it's hard to find a fucking job if you don't have the internet these days. So, you know what? Have a government alternative to all this shit. And then you don't need to worry about regulating the free market, because the free market has to compete with a standard instead of just forming monopolies and fucking price gouging everybody. So, but that's all I really know about this race, that people are fucking talking shit about government-run grocery stores. And it's like, come the fuck on.
So I will say, you remember Trials of Mana?
Yeah,
You remember fighting the Benevo demons?
not really.
The Nevadons? I totally messed that up, like, completely, 100%.
No, I don't remember much about I remember the characters. I don't really remember the enemies too much.
They bring all of them back for Visions of Mana at the
Oh,
end.
boy.
And I love the designs. They're so good.
Well, they're just giving you fan service. That's all that is.
Yeah. A lot of the bosses from the beginning of Visions of Mana were from other Mana games too. I don't know if people knew that.
That octopus you fight on the boat seemed very generic JRPG-y to me.
Oh yeah, a lot of them were. The Snapdragon thing is
Yeah.
another big one. The Mantis. The Mantis is like the first boss from the Game Boy game.
Oh, man. You know what? I think that's the biggest strength Persona 5 has over Persona 3 and 4. They decided to actually just make the Personas enemies instead of using generic-ass demons, shadows, whatever.
What do you mean, make the Personas enemies?
Yeah, when you fight enemies in Persona 5, you're actually fighting Personas.
Yeah.
Whereas in Persona 3 and 4, you're fighting just generic shadows. Blobs, weird dice
Yeah, but
things.
the main enemies are still like the people.
True, but that's not the majority of what you're fighting in every dungeon. You're going through tons of some of the most painfully generic fodder, and at least in 5, they decided, we've got all these fucking designs here, why don't we actually use them for more than, like, one thing?
So many good designs too, just classic at this point.
So, and as far as I know, a lot of them started out as enemies in SMT games. Like, there's a lot of mini-bosses you fight in SMT games that just ended up as personas later on. It's like, well, we got this design, so we might as well use it. I will give Persona 5 credit for another thing, too. It has the best villains. Like, I don't know if I've ever wanted to beat a villain as viscerally as I wanted to beat Kamoshida. He was such a cunt. Boy, did he have it fucking coming.
Yeah, you can't even argue that.
I mean, you can if you want to be
the
wrong.
way he looked too, they did that perfectly.
Yeah. If you were to tell me sight unseen that this is like the first major boss in an RPG, I'd be like, okay, he looks like a guy. But they make it work. They make it work. So kudos to Atlas. Okay, but
The palaces and the dungeons were a major upgrade too.
Yeah,
That's one
yeah,
of the
way
biggest
better.
things I would say.
yeah. I honestly don't think the dungeons in Persona 4 are that much better than Tartarus in Persona 3. Like you've got some more
But
tile
five,
sets, but it's the
they
same thing.
absolutely kicked their game up.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I've been watching a lot of people talk about Persona games. There's a lot of people who are every Persona game has its favorites. I guess except for the first two. They seem to have been largely dwarfed out. But
Yeah.
people say like there's backlash in the community against the perception of making every new Persona game more like Persona 5. And when it comes to dungeon design, no, you should absolutely make every Persona game more like Persona 5. You just should. It's better than procedurally generated shit.
It just is, yeah. It's the same thing we argue about with fucking Starfield.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any arguments to the contrary. Persona 5 is just superior in its dungeon design. You can make arguments for other things. I kind of think Persona 4, like, having to go and fight every main character's shadow is cool. It's not something you do in Persona 3 or 5, so I kind of like that. You get a glimpse into each character.
Too.
Like, I don't mind when they brought that back in Persona 5 Dungeons for Persona 6, but that's the thing.
You could incorporate that real easily, though.
Yeah, you could. I mean, they've already done it once. They're apparently going to do it again for Persona 4. So, that'll be curious to see what things they keep and what things they change for Persona 4. Persona 3 kept pretty much everything. So, some of the things I didn't think they would keep, they kept it. So I kind of expect Persona 4 Rewind to be pretty faithful to the original. We'll see, though, because it is by far the gayest Persona game.
By default, I guess.
Yeah, by default and by a mile. All right, but I'm running out of voice, and we've been at this for 3 hours now, and we're just kind of shooting the shit. Greg probably needs to go to bed, don't you? Or do you have off for some bullshit holiday?
No, go to bed.
Okay, hey, Friday
The 4th is coming up.
Yeah. All right, so that'll do it for this episode of the 3G podcast. Maybe there'll be more news next time. Probably not, but I'm sure we will find a way to at least talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours minimum.
That's what we always do.
That's what we do.
18 hours on Visions of Mana, by the way.
And you should put some hours into fucking AI Nirvana initiative.
Oh, I should.
Maybe when you finish Visions of Mana. But whatever the case, if there's not any gaming news, I will tell Greg to go buy some more games so we can talk about that. That's just how this is going to work.
That's horrible.
Anyways, till next time, see y'all later.
See ya. Bye, everybody.